Greetings. We are here for another week and here on BMBBH. Long live the habitual line steppers. Thanks for joining me once again. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell twice and hit that like button. Some people are going to run across this broadcast and hit the dislike button, and that's okay too. But let me throw this disclaimer out here before we get started. I do not support weird, toxic, violent DM messaging of any kind on any that has any kind of weird or negative impact. So just throw that out there. Something that I've always adopted throughout my tenure on social media, even being responsible for a Facebook space, Facebook group. One rule that one rule that I had to make subsequently is that please don't DM anybody weird shit or you were out of here, because I didn't want that kind of thing stuck to my name or anything that I create. So, just in light of everything, I'll just say that I don't support weird messaging that shows a really horrible type of entitlement. I would explain a little bit as we go forth today. Yeah, this Abbott Preach versus Fresh and Fit is really has evolved into Fresh and Fit versus themselves, and it's one of those things you hate to see, because when anything happens to a black male, apparently, especially in these YouTube spaces, it is going to be associated with this space right here. And one of the things about it is a lot of people were associated with those guys. Not some of the small, like not a lot of the smaller channels, I would say, but like some of the bigger names. They were associated with Fresh and Fit, but they are, whoever those guys are, they are pretty much trying to distance themselves, in light of certain information. It's one thing to be on top of your game and, to believe that you're the shit and there's nothing that you can't achieve or accomplish. And all of that is okay. But there's also this thing like that I always say, that no one is entitled to anything as well. It's like everything that you get in this life, you have to earn. And sometimes when you achieve sort of fame or status, I would say status more so in this case, that you can get beside yourself, and you can you get the big head, as older people would say. So I just want to people who are listening to this broadcast to keep in mind, that you have to be humble. You have to be humble. Thank your lucky stars. Thank God. Thank whoever you believe in. Thank yourself for getting this far and being this lucky. And I believe this is one thing that the Fresh and Fit guys should have kept in mind. Be humble. Whatever message you're getting out there, make sure it's one of that's birthed of righteousness. I would say, fighting the good fight. Not something that says just go out there and get some pussy and say anything you can. because I'm not gonna lie to you. Growing up, a lot of men that I spoke with, basically men that I felt that were supposed to guide me in a or point me in a good direction, they would have these little philosophies that were kind of like messed up, I would say. And it boiled down to me having to decide for myself if I wanted to follow this BS. But a lot of these guys are like, man, you got to be direct, man. You got to tell these women what you want, man. If you want the pussy, tell her you want the pussy. And in a lot of cases, that works. Surprisingly, as told by said individuals. But I mean, it's never something that I really just wanted to, you know, adopt for myself because it just kind of sounds crazy and weird to just say, hey, girl, let me go ahead. Like, I mean, depending on how well you know her, you know what I'm saying. If that's your understanding, if y'all having a, sexual commitment, as I would like to just keep it at, you could probably go up to someone and say that, hey, girl, let me get some of that pussy. And then she'd be like, okay. And then that's your understanding. It's consensual. You're having a good time. But somebody you don't know, somebody you don't know, that's you're gonna have to ease in there, bro. Ease in there. And the people call different shit game. And let me get to whenever you are a part of these movements, and I've said this in the past, these MGTOW, these all respect to BGS, IPMOR movements, you know, uh, even like let me get even more personal than that. The habitual line steppers. Um, there are always going to be those guys that try to uh, represent that banner, say that they're part. I'm Big Towel or I'm Itmore or and in the future, I'm toot our own horn too much, habitual line stuff because there's only 5 official right now, you know, yeah, so I could DM a bitch say fuck you, you know, yeah, you start sucking dick, what like weird shit, you know. I don't subscribe to that. No, no, not one of us, not the guys that I work with, not Donnie, not Roger, not Dark Skater 7, not Sister George. We don't subscribe to shit like that, weird DMing and harassing women, basically. So yeah, I'm just saying this to say that there are going to be individuals that are like that. And when you're like at being an influencer, when you represent a certain thought process, then when it's birthing guys like that, there might be things that you need to consider. I always like to do the disclaimer. I don't subscribe to that. Like, if somebody came to you and said, "Hey, you know what? Hey, man, I'm on that black man being brutally honest shit, and fuck these bitches, and fuck all of them. I hope they die and all this other stuff." No, Kev doesn't. Kev doesn't subscribe to that. That doesn't represent Kev. What I represent. What the habitual line steppers represent. So I want people to understand that off top immediately. Um. All right. Let me. And how did all of this start? Okay. So um, before I get to that, I also said, something about being humble, and of course, on the thumbnail of this broadcast, I have Shakira Richardson with a crying Jordan face. Now, for anyone that hasn't heard yet, Shakira Richardson not only lost her race, she came in at 9th place. And the way, let me see if I can find a sound bit so I can play it for you. Like, it wasn't enough that you came in at 9th place. She, the way she handled it, the way she handled it in the post interview was horrible. And just give me a moment. Let me see if I can find it. I can play the sound and try to remember when you're watching this broadcast. And for anyone who decides to participate in the panel when I open it up tonight, uh, everything here is fair use. Uh, I'm not going to blatantly use copyrighted material here. Uh, but everything, like I said, is fair use, and I don't want any misappropriate. This is for edutainment purposes. All right. Okay, so I found the sound. Play it for you in a minute. Just just I want you to hear this interview, and it's like really, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. It sounds like a cry for help, and I'm not trying to rag her. I'm not trying to rag black women like everybody says. When you point out shit like this, but this is how not to handle things. I feel like right now she probably crying in a pillow, but just spastic reactions, and spastic reactions instead of being humble is why those guys, those F and F guys, are in the situation they're in right now. And I'm gonna mention Abba and Preach as well. So yeah, I was getting to all that. So uh, let me play this for you. So it sounds weird. Let me make sure that make sure everything's in place. Okay, and okay, we got 16 watching. Make sure you're pressing like on the way in. Okay, all right.
Back to the sport. I wanted to be able to come in before, having a month off, dealing with all I was dealing with. I'm not upset at myself at all. This is one race. I'm not done. You know what I'm capable of. Count me out if you want to. Talk all the shit you want, because I'm here to stay. I'm not done. I'm the sixth fastest woman in this game ever. And can't nobody ever take that from me. Congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to the people that won, but they're not done seeing me yet. Period.
Wow. Okay. Look. Let me tell you. I'm not saying that was the right way to handle things at all, but you 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 don't do, especially after all the support that she received, especially from a lot of these virtue signaling celebrities that just we look at the kind of we look at who these people we look at the external instead of the internal, and she accomplished something great, and it immediately went to her head. But what even went to her head further is the support that she got from celebrities after you did something that was beyond the standard of a world class organization. And here you are with the worst showing of any comeback. She's not. Those were lies. That she's not upset with herself. She should be very upset with herself. So she says she's not done. I mean, after that, she might be. I mean, who is going to care after that? I mean, but to say the least, when you look at these posts on social media where the article is posted, you're going to have a certain group of people always saying that, oh my God, I love her confidence. And yeah, that's actually going on. So let's not get too far into that. All I'm saying is this: you coming back from basically losing an opportunity, an Olympic opportunity, and then you go. I mean, you go out like that. Am I here to say that she's done? Maybe not. Maybe she is correct. Maybe she's not done. But you shouldn't spaz out like that. Walk away with grace. Get back on that track. Run some laps. Do what runners do to get themselves to the top of their game. Or buy some stock in some marijuana and do it like that. I mean, once they legalize it at the federal level, guess what? Nemesis Enforcer. Cool name, by the way. He said the Jamaicans did not even speak about her. Who the fuck, honestly, remembers last place? Who remembers last place? Who the fuck, like, seriously? For all the support she got from, and I'm going to throw that name out here, like people like Gabrielle Union, for all the support that she got, and she go out there and performs like that, and then does an interview like that. Wow. You can't be on a person's side. I mean, respect them as a human being, but that's it. That's it. You pretty much humiliated yourself, and you know it. I mean, just like I said, just she needs her family support at this time. I mean, her mother passing, I have all the empathy in the world for her. You know, losing your mother, that's tough. I mean, but it really is. And this is also something that I want people to keep in mind. I mean, she's not a professional, obviously, but she lost her mom. So, you know, that could mentally drag a person into pretty weird places. And I understand that. Not so much weird for some people, but just it's like your reality is shattered. So, I mean, for if like say for instance, just in the place of if her mother didn't pass, would she have done any better than what she's done today? And I feel that's a huge possibility. Feel. I don't like to use that word too much, but that's all you can say about this situation. But for now, it is what it is. The reality is she came in ninth place. Nobody remembers last. No, nobody remembers last. Hopefully she can come back and, throw it in people like myself face. I'm no hater. At all. I mean, it's just that it wasn't a good showing. It just wasn't, and is the spotlight that people tried to give her at the time. She just did not deserve it. So that it is what it is. Yeah, she hybrid impact 83. Honestly, she should have taken time off. You know what I believe it is I believe that it was the sudden fandom that she had for being popped for, smoking weed and having to give up her Olympic opportunity, and a lot of people just like they wanted her to do well. They were looking forward to her, racing once again, but it was just that she just was not up to the task. Maybe she should have come back in like 6 months to a year, trying to come back quickly. Just, I mean, and I get it. She didn't want to miss the train. She didn't want to miss the boat, but she wouldn't have. And it's like she boasted about is she's not done. Okay. So maybe what she needs to do now is to take some time off. But that just wasn't good. That just wasn't good. And, she kind of getting roasted on social media. I mean, I would like for people to take it easy on her kind of, but, she kind of got herself into this situation, especially when she did that tweet, y'all miss me yet? I was like, huh? It's kind of arrogant of you. And then that's when the Jamaicans did good in that race. So, um, you know, yeah, Kareem says prideful and no results. Yeah, she really should have kept her mouth shut. Like, why did they even why even I understand why they gave it an interview because of the controversy around it, but yeah, just wrong place, wrong time, dear. Like, wow. Like she ate dust, literally. I mean, now I don't know if she ate dust, but seemed like it. Yeah. Prepper 101, what's going on? Prodigy, she has a sour mouth. The arrogance got her roasted. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did because here's the thing. Here's the thing. We all have things that happen to us. That's what a lot. Is not Sha'carri is not the only one that something happened to. So fair game. She put herself out there like that. So hey, it happens. Life isn't fair. Sorry. I mean, if people think I'm being a little cold about this, hey, I wasn't cold towards Simone Biles. I'll say that. Yeah, I understood Simone Biles a lot better. But anyway, let me go ahead and get to the topic at hand. All right, this all started. This whole fresh and fit thing was a snowball effect. Oh, shout out to the Village Arsonist TV. What's going on? And let me just before I move to the actual topic, Indigenous TV. The Jamaicans are black. I'm happy they won. I no longer relegate my support for my people just for the ones living within the borders of the USA. Hey, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, you avoid embarrassments that way. Even if people on outside of the quote unquote, just within the diaspora outside of the borders of the United States, even if they embarrass themselves, they catch hate. They catch their heat too. But the only reason why you know who last place is because of their name, Shakira Richardson. And Kareem. Kareem, you mean. She's another loser, whatever. Okay. All right. I see you now. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Let me talk about these guys. These two much bigger YouTubers, and for one, may not be for long, but Alvin Preach. They are Patrice O'Neal students of the game, according to Abba, because he mentions it quite frequently. And yeah, Patrice O'Neal, red pill comedian. Yeah, good stuff. Check them out. They did a reaction video to an appearance they had on Fresh and Fit podcast. Of course, Fresh and Fit podcast is hosted by Fresh Prince CEO. I think that's what he calls himself, and the fit half is Myron Gaines. So Alvin Preach did a reaction video, and they were pretty brash about what their reaction was, but they were in disagreement to Myron and Fresh. I wish I knew this guy's real name. Point of view on buying poontang. In the art of making money exchange for escort services. Basically, Fresh was saying like he wants to. He was being real extra. Tell like he wants their soul. Like I thought that people who and I mean, I'm just saying. I thought that people who bought pussy, my point of view on it is that they just want to just, hey, you know what? I give you money, you give me whatever you say, that you're going to give me because I'm giving you this money, and we leave it at that. We leave everything behind the door. Why would you want the soul of a woman who has seen more dicks than San Francisco? Possibly. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. I mean that's that's their life. Once they decide to do something like that, they belong to the streets. I mean, you it's kind of like what Abba and Preach was trying to say is kind of a you get what you pay for type deal. Is transactional, and Abba and Preach they reacted pretty, like I said, like direct about it. And you can say get the fuck out of here, somebody saying something crazy. I mean, shit, if I say some crazy shit, say you can't get the fuck out of here, dude. Well, are you serious? But I'm not gonna react in a way that brings the people you love into it. I don't understand why niggas feel like they can get away with that. Well, I don't get it. Why you feel like just because someone disagrees with you, you can go ahead and attack loved ones? And I'm saying this because I'm a married man, and I've gone through this. I've gone through this. Yeah, you make a Facebook group named Black Men Being Brutally Honest with Everyone, and you will get everything from everybody verbally. You'll get doxxed too. Shit, people think it's okay to dox folks. Like, what the fuck? But after they did this video, um, Myron kind of had a spaz reaction to it. He was like, he went into like he went too far. I would say it's like, it's one thing to disagree with someone. You could break down, dissect, debunk like that. That to me is the sweetest thing that you can do to just tear somebody down, is to make them look stupid, like make their points. Like like if you're saying dumb shit, people, the smartest and the most critically thinking of us will see that, will be able to point that shit out. Now, Myron reacted like the Highlander in him just came out and just like, we're this, we're that, and nobody wants to hear that shit. I mean, even with, nobody wants to hear people like me come out and say, man, I'm the shit, man. I got the perfect skin tone for a black person. God damn it. I love my people, but you should think like me and all this other stuff, blackity black. And I'm not doing that to y'all, you guys. So why should somebody like Myron, who's at 400, well, they were at 415K, be able to do something, what he did? Basically saying Alvin preach, our numbers are this, our numbers are that, trying to just do this little dick measuring. And, maybe, excuse me, maybe they would have gotten by with that. Maybe they could have smoothed that over. Maybe. But then he brings preacher's wife into it. He brings a man wife into it, calls her a beluga whale, says she's ugly. Up there boasting on the podcast. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. For real? This is how we do things based upon disagreement? However you feel about Alvin Preach. I'm not saying that everybody's supposed to like Alvin Preach. And then a lot of us, yes, we do approve of that kind of behavior, going after people's families if you don't agree with, doxing folks, calling everybody grandma, everybody mama, daddy ugly, y'all ain't shit, fuck you, I hope. Like, people, especially like our people, let's just go ahead and take the mask off. A lot of you guys out there like that. A lot of you betas, that's some beta shit. I mean, especially if you're not married. I mean, even if you are married, going after somebody's family because you philosophically disagree is some bitch shit. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm saying this as a married man. I'm saying this as a guy who, like, somebody went after. I don't even post pictures of my family on my social media anymore because of stuff like that. And it ain't like I'm ashamed of my family. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of how I look. It's just a simple fact of the matter is this. We are dealing with a childish ass bunch of people. And what Myron did was extremely childish. He went after the man's wife and then disrespected he said, I'll put you back on a boat to Haiti. Is like just wow. Which, I mean, I believe that a lot of parts of Miami is quite Haitian, so you might want to stay in your little box. But it's like this. What was it? Did next? Yeah. Fresh said something about boxing and basically challenged them to a boxing match. Myron and Fresh, like I said, I wish I knew this guy's real name. Challenged them to a boxing match, which is like this. If you insult, first of all, you insult the man's wife, you want to fight. At least that's what you're supposed to do. You want to fight, period. That's it. That's you saying, I want to throw blows with this man. You go after the man's wife, and that's not being a simp. If you marry and you decide that any man that insults your wife, it's not about, I'm not going to fight. And it might be reasonable, but hey, you know what? It at least better cross your mind. I just believe that if you go after the one person that they are connected with spiritually, You know, I mean, made kids with this person. You go after that person right there. That means you want to fight. Granted, she doesn't make herself a part of the game, and you still ain't really supposed to attack her. But you know, if she's like I put it like this: if my wife ain't the type of person that's gonna spout on YouTube, talk shit, toward black men or anything like that. She has her opinions and thoughts, but that's any human being. She's not gonna do that. So she's not gonna get a response to such. So there's no reason to go after her. No reason at all. There's no reason. Say if Preacher's wife had a YouTube channel and she was talking all this shit, some people are going to respond to her, and that's just how it is. But for what Myron said, he went there. You say anybody's wife is ugly. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I said, Donnie, your wife, fuck her, blah, 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 that. Donnie's a pull-up guy. He's definitely will be in my city in no time. He believes that because he loves his wife. So why shouldn't Preach be angry as fuck about this? So ABBA decides to go on a several video campaign dragging these motherfuckers. And it would have seemed a little bit obsessive. Granted, it was kept between ABBA and Preach, but everything that started happening afterwards, it was just like the gun thing. Now the gun thing, that's a card played right there, where your man card is played, because you you talk about a man's wife, that's a man card, period. I understand that a lot of guys in this space don't push the message of marriage. A lot of you don't want to be married. Excuse me. And I get that. It is a lot of these females out here are rotten as fuck. I get it. I would never go on a campaign to shit on marriage, because that to me right there presents insecurities. That's when we start going into the little bit of that's when he start going into the little bit of look, just because you couldn't do it doesn't mean that you have to go on a shit campaign about it. If you feel as if getting married is taking something from you, don't get married. Don't fucking get married. Shit. But don't condemn other people for getting married. So I understand this. You sit up here calling Preacher's wife all kinds of names on the air. That means you want that nigga to come for you. And excuse the N word. He may not like being called like that kind of thing, but they didn't say the N word. Both of them. So Preach was like, hey, I'll be there next week. I'll be in Miami next week. And anybody can say anything like that. But if you're like social media influencers, if you're making money, you got reach. So I wouldn't doubt that at all. Man, like, just if it's out there, you don't want to challenge them to a boxing match. But then I would say the whole Nina unrated thing and the Anna Quinn fitness thing happened, which looks horrible, because I think people kind of tried to be a little dismissive of Nina unrated, which by the way, after ABBA exposed the fact that Myron was on some kind of website, some kind of sugar baby website or some shit like that. I don't know. I mean, ABBA and Preach got a whole smattering of videos on this situation. I mean, I'm not putting out there what hasn't already been put out there. So, I mean, just go to their channel. I'm sure you'll find something. But yeah, for just I'll just say this. I'll just go into this. For someone who says that they are game and dating coaches, this whole thing, especially with that Anna Quinn fitness, that she provided hella receipts. Like, no, man, you any grown ass man with any kind of sense knows that you don't like you say you try to get a broadcast done, but then the stipulation is if you come on there, you fucking these girls. Like, which is like once that girl once what's her name put it out there, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much it. So I mean, if you guys want to decide to rock with these guys after all that stuff's put out, and it's just it's on some it's on some GP shit. It's not on it's not on some loyalty to the space or anything like that. You have the decision making power whether you want to rock with Fresh and Fit or not. I mean, I didn't even know who these guys was for real until about a week ago. I mean, I've already watched Abbott and Preach, and I try to look at it as objective as possible, but it's it, the thing for Fresh and Fit is not looking good. Ever since this whole thing happened, yeah, even the gun thing, the gun situation. Yeah, I think I tried to mention that. Fresh, the Fresh Prince, like damn. He posted something on Instagram about buying a gun. And whether he was going to do this or not previously to the incident with Abba and Preach, it was a very bad look because once and Abba put this out because like somebody sent them the video via email, and Abba was like, "Okay, dude, basically indirectly said that you scared of Preach, that's why you buying a gun," which might not have been the coolest thing. Maybe Fresh was, like I said, maybe this was a pre-appointment. Maybe Fresh was already going to buy that gun. There's always that possibility. But the timing of it is fucked up because you can't cancel a post, right? You don't have to post anything like that in the first place. I mean, was this guy just oblivious in the face of, okay, this guy is gunning for you because you said something about his wife? And like I've said, I know a lot of guys in this space don't like the marriage conversation. They don't like to push they don't like to push the marriage conversation. And I've never told anyone to get married, but so a lot of you don't know how this feels. For a person to insult your people and they are states away. You don't know how that feels. Some of us had the capability to rectify the situation, but dudes using that shit, they're just trying to throw off what is really going on, basically because they didn't agree with you or they didn't roll with you because of who you felt you were. You felt some kind of way, and I was real whack on Myron and Fresh's part. See, this is why I don't like calling the dude Fresh. Once I like I said, the only part of Fresh and Fit that I really knew, and I'm going to go ahead and say this, is Myron. And this is because Myron was mentioned in other places. That like Fresh is like, I look at Fresh. Fresh reminds me of that guy that you have to be around because it's your homie's friend. Like it's like you just roll your eyes every time he starts to talk or speak 3 or 4 sentences. This is the guy that drinks a lot of alcohol and starts just talking and won't shut the fuck up. Won't do it at all. If you're a smoker and you're around this guy and he's round, oh, I'm so cool, yeah, God, when if you're around this guy, it will blow your high. It would. I've been around people like this before. It's just it's crazy. It's insane. That's how he comes off to me. He comes off to me as kind, and I mean, like I'm not, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna attack his character, but these guys really are on some whack shit. I mean, if people want to gatekeep the manosphere, I'll put it to you like this: if they want to gatekeep the manosphere, go right ahead. There's plenty of guys that's been in this sphere, in this space longer than I have. If they want to say that they want to disassociate these guys with the manosphere, I'll support that. But I would just disassociate myself from Fresh and Fit because they some whack ass dudes. And it's not even on really on the Ab and Preach thing. I'm still waiting to see a boxing match. Even if Preach were to come there and Myron and Fresh were to win, it wouldn't matter. Not for real, because after you prove that, like, I don't know, the guy just the guy just act like Myron just acts like he just walks up to any female, touch him on the shoulder, and that's it. That's how he presents himself to me. And Fresh, that motherfucker gonna throw out like a stack, if he got to get them draws. So, I mean, but that's me on their character. I mean, like I say, I realize some guys are friends with these guys. So, I mean, I'm sorry about your whack ass friends, but I'll probably show the video later on, and let's it's nice to be able to get other points of view on certain things, and because this whole thing is this platform, this channel in particular is about me, but the 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 end game is not just about me. So, like I said, y'all, if I'll disassociate with people that I really don't even have any clue. I haven't. I wouldn't like if I were looking for some advice. Fresh Fit probably wouldn't even be the guys, just based on my character. Oh, Roguish the Bill Monger. How's all this lameness getting such support? Nigga. Man, there's a lot of lameness that get support, man. It just in all kinds of lame forms and fashions. I don't know. Maybe he uses the fact that he's a fitness guru. Women are superficial like that. Yeah, hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. You're getting quite direct down there. I appreciate that kind of thing. Yeah, let me put it on the screen. He said, "Listen up, stream watching, fucker, show some support." It hit the super chat, bit this cash app, and the like button. Yeah, okay. Thanks for. I mean, definitely any support guys give me is very much appreciated. But just you think about where your moral center is. Is it the right thing to just DM a girl, say, hey, you know what? You got my thing, you got your thing going, I got my thing going, come collab with us. And by the way, you giving up them panties. That is as basic as it gets with Myron. Like the whole Anna Quinn fitness. What when I was speaking about the whole weirdos and people co-signing to movements just because just to hide behind the fact that they're just a weirdo or something. This is what I'm talking about. Like guys who follow Fresh and Fit. Um, um, let's see. Fresh. Okay, let me start from here. Fresh and Fit said something about the Anaquin Fitness situation. I guess basically Myron doing what he's doing, just spazzing out, and they posted her instant. They posted her Instagram in their chat. I think Fresh did it. Um, yeah, and guys just started like harassing her in the DMs, like started saying all kinds of weird stuff, cursing her out. Um, um, so it was fucked up. And when you do that, then they start to associate the entire space with that weird shit. That's why I was saying that. That's why I was saying that when people co-sign to things like, MGTOW, Itmore, like I said, BMBBH, something like that, then they try to do it on some fuck shit. To hide behind the fact that they're just what's this word that I'm looking for? Incel. Now I'm not saying that Myron and Fresh are incels, but they display kind of incel behavior. And these guys call themselves game coaches. Yeah, that's another see, weirdos trying to co-sign with a certain movement. Now, I know there are real game coaches. You got this guy that calls himself the dean. This guy that, if I say what his technique is, he might you say that, oh, those are my two words. I'm gonna have to snip your broadcast. It's you got those guys. You got guys that say they are about that game, and I totally get that. Yeah, let me see. Oh, I got a super chat. Black in Effect. That's Mr. Z. Link, please. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put the link because there's some things to talk about here. I see you, Raven Knight. I see you in the chat, and all these guys that I'm seeing right now every week that is in this chat. Look, I'm always remember you guys, and yeah, I understand. Like in light of certain things, like I haven't said anything about what happened with Roger's channel. I was kind of saving a lot of that for Monday night. There are certain precautions that have to be taken. So, yeah, so there is the link. Let's get this motherfucking party started. Phil Brad or Phil Rad, what's going on? To Y Skinner Man Cave, yeah. Like I said, man, if I see you in here if I see you in here every time I broadcast, I will, in fact, remember you, and that's just how it is. So, Mr. Z, what's going on?
What's going on, Kev? What's going on, man? I was eager to get in here just to let all the brothers in this space know these niggas don't represent Dade County. Please don't call these Miami niggas. These are not Dade County. But by the way, in Miami we use Dade and Miami interchangeably. It's not like LA where the LA City and LA County, like you can't call people outside of LA City LA niggas. No, and in Dade we call all Dade niggas. Whether you from Miami Gardens, Miami Lakes, North Miami Beach, it doesn't matter. If you're from the Dade County limits, we call everybody Dade niggas. And the hallmark of knowing a Dade nigga is that he says he's from Dade. He doesn't say he's from Miami. If he says from Miami, he's not from Miami. By the way, these niggas ain't from here. I just want y'all to know that. Okay? So I have to say they're weird and cringy. And every once in a while Myron does say something. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. But for the most part, yeah, you got your cards pulled. And it's embarrassing because it happened in front of the whole world. So you got your cards pulled, and like anybody, especially when you play, you know not to play with people's wife. That's how I know they not Dade niggas. Dade niggas don't talk like that. We don't play with people's wife, right? Like, and then they don't do their research. Like they don't know who they talking to. Like, bro, I've watched Abba and preach. Abba is a smart dude. Like Abba could take y'all out by himself intellectually. Preach is a comedian and he could still take y'all out physically and intellectually. So like, stop. Y'all wrote a check that your ass couldn't cash. That's what happened. You call somebody out. You didn't know their background. You didn't know that Abba was in the military in Canada. You didn't know that Preach was a bouncer, I think. So you called them out, and then y'all did your research and found out what it really was, and then y'all tried to swag your way. When you say too much and you're like, ooh, how am I gonna back out of this while still holding on to my pride, right? And that's what happened, and the whole world called y'all out on it. That's all it is, And they represent way more of a lot of young men than I think we would like to give them credit for. That's why they resonated with so many people. It's because there's a lot of young men that are that kind of weird, right? Kind of cringy. And I'm not saying that the women aren't either, but we don't frequent female spaces, so we don't really care what they're doing over there. But yeah, Alvin Preach, they played the game the right way. They put the fish bait out there. They called them out, and then as you can see who the different boys and the men in this space. We saw who overreacted. We saw who threw a temper tantrum. We saw who called out who so overtly and then had to back down. Man, this is embarrassing. But once again, I'll end with this. Them niggas ain't from Dade, and I'll pause right there.
You still take the fade, man. You still take the fade, no matter what.
I ain't gonna lie, I loved it. You know, when I heard them call him out, I actually loved it. You know me, I kind of like the fighting anyway, and maybe because I've been watching Alvin preach for a while, I knew that dude had a background when it comes to knew about boxing and stuff. I knew that already, and I knew that the type of people they were, that they wouldn't be no long drawn out. I'm gonna talk 5 hours. It was gonna be a quick. Oh, you want to fight? Set it up. It was just like quick like that. And what do you say? I mean, it's kind of like you ever been out and you was talking shit to a nigga. I'll kick your ass. And the nigga say, stand up and say, kick my ass. There's only two things you can do. Either fight right now or look like the biggest bitch in the world. And unfortunately, that's what you look like. And I'm not even going to lie. They don't realize something. I've been preach just put a hit out on them without even doing it. Because basically what's going to happen is everybody knows that these niggas talk shit and they talk shit real fast. So niggas gonna be pulling their whole card just for fun.
Yep.
Kind of like Tyreek Nasheed did to Tommy Sotomayor. I said he went in there and talked all that shit. Mac thought, what nigga, if you gonna do something, do it now. And then that's why every time you go out now, a motherfucker smacking you upside the head, you don't show them where you going no more because niggas gonna pull your whole card just because it's fun.
Yeah, they gonna beef up security.
No, but I'm just saying that's like look what happened to Tommy. You see, he got smacked 2 or 3 times, and then it's all like that because they're gonna pull your whole card because it's fun.
The first time it happened, he shouldn't have been there at all. He shouldn't. He was trying to get bolder than he was supposed to get.
No, but the nigga didn't. What's so bad? The first time it happened, when he got smacked the first time, he did exactly what a bitch nigga does. He didn't try to hit the nigga back immediately. He waited till it was 10 motherfuckers around. Hold me back, motherfucker. Hold me back. No, nigga, when somebody punch you in your face, you punch them back immediately. You don't wait 2 minutes later. So, I mean, that's why everybody, it's funny. That's why everybody know, oh, yeah, you want to sit up here and fuck with a motherfucker, you know. I ain't gonna lie, man. If I was any one of them dudes who, if you ever got mad with them anywhere on the street, pull a whole card. If I was any one of them bitches that ever came on the show, yeah, that's why that nigga was about to beat your ass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, literally, if they ever get cocky with you, just be like, what? Nigga, I call preach to beat your ass. What the fuck you gonna do about it? Nothing.
See, man, I go get preach. Hey, man, and shout out to the Village Arsonist. Thank you for the Cash App. I really appreciate it. Cash App and Super Chat is active. And yeah, let me say something about Fresh Fit. Fresh Fit at the beginning of all this, I think they were at like 415, 416K subs.
More like 450, Kev.
Fuck.
Yeah, that shit is down like 395. Like last time I checked, that shit's bad.
Last time I checked, it was 392.
Oh my God!
Double order here for Elijah.
Yeah, it's like their subscriber base is bleeding. So
what about AMP?
Right here. Yeah.
Dre, give me some food too, bro. What you got? What you getting?
Shit, I don't know.
How you getting food you don't even know? Look, see.
My girl will do shit like that, man. Oh, we go to this one spot too, down Hannah Subs. They got these nice salads. I ain't gonna lie, I had some chicken wings here the other day. Chicken wings was bomb. Like you can sit there and ate like 10 chicken wings, and I ain't gonna lie, I felt like I ate a full course meal. I just wanted to pull over and go to sleep. So
Yoink.
And that's that Ohio internet. See, if you lived in a real city.
All right, but hey, let me call this super chat out. Indigenous TV, I appreciate it. Said preach is Haitian fresh. Best leave that man alone. Now, like
I'm
Mr.
Haitian descent too. This is true.
Yeah.
He actually is Haitian. My girl told me, she was like, what? You don't know about Haitian? She's like, well, where I'm from, where I got family in Indiana. He said, it's a lot of Haitians here. He said, you don't fuck with them Haitians. He said, what's so bad is when some shit go down, you would not believe how many of them motherfuckers come out the woodwork anywhere. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
With machetes.
Like, my girlfriend,
machete. That's what we call machetes.
My girl gave Fresh credit. She said, he went and got a gun. Well, smart. Because he said, when you fuck with them Haitians, he said, you would not believe them niggas come out the woodwork.
Man,
and he said, you said that he was talking about their country. They don't take no shit like that. He said another Haitian to kill you off rip for that.
Take the fade.
And I'm like, see, I ain't never dealt with no Haitian. So I didn't maybe I ain't gonna lie. Maybe, he knew about that because my girl told me he Haitian. He's like, oh hell no, you don't fuck with no Haitians. He said you don't even fight them niggas.
Hey, get Rogish out of here. Rogish keep on saying, take the fade. Take the fade. They're not going to take the fade, Rogish. They're not going to take the fade.
If I was Myron, that's what she eats. My girl said that. She said, if you Myron, you go ahead and set up the boxing ring. Yeah. If you get knocked out, you get knocked out. At least you don't have to worry about watching your back no more.
You maintain your fucking integrity.
Yeah.
No, she said you don't have to worry about watching your back because she said when he was talking about the people's country, they take that serious. They'll kill you for that.
And he's in Miami. It's not smart. Bro, you in the headquarters of this is the Haitian capital outside of it's Bahamas, it's Miami, New York, like in certain places in Canada, like but Miami. So you're in Dade County talking crap about. It's not smart. It's just not smart.
I ain't gonna lie. I hope they catch. I hope they catch more than the fade because I ain't gonna lie.
I don't want. No. The thing is, lame motherfuckers like this need to see the lesson though. So if you take the fade, then okay. Damn, yeah, I see that.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, the blanquito shots. Yeah, very nice. Okay. If you take the fade, you know what I'm saying, these lame motherfuckers that follow these motherfuckers, they'll understand, all right, but this is how you stand on something. You get your ass whooped, you still a man, you still keep your manhood, but now he sound like a straight up bitch.
This nigga was talking and he stopped talking mid. Oh yeah, I saw.
That's what mean you turn that cap around. They can fuck out of here. I got eyeballs.
But once again, you know what else we learned with this too? This is half the reason why a lot of these brothers in this space, I'm gonna say it the way I mean it. A lot of these niggas, they're not men unless they're ruling over women. And the reason why they talk about women the way they do, we already know, like they're not good with women, or they haven't been good with women until they got a teeny bit of YouTube fame. And so for them, reigning over women is the natural order of things. And so that's why they are the way they are. They're not going to... Go ahead.
They're the king of faking it till you make it. That's basically
I agree with that. But I'm saying they don't step to other dudes, though. They don't run up on other dudes.
Look. Their credibility will purposely be shot. But see, this is one of the things that y'all niggas ain't sitting up here talking about, which pissed me off that all y'all content creators ain't brought this shit up yet. Do you realize by them this shit coming out on them, do you realize what the fuck they did for all men? Do you realize that these motherfuckers doing that, using the platform to leverage and affect, all it takes is a fucking accusation, and these new rules come down the pipeline. That's why you niggas that see these motherfuckers need to beat their ass off rip, because what happens is this. The reason they give the feminists reason to make them bullshit laws where these Me Too and all that bullshit comes from is dumb niggas like them. Because now you're going to sit up here and make more restrictions, more rules, more ways to get caught up in a bullshit case because of these two niggas. So I'm not even going to lie. If your son, daughter get wrapped up in new laws that appear in the next 8 months, because of this dumb shit right here, you need to beat their ass on top of them. Because these dumb ass niggas is the reason why those laws get the power that they do. And nobody's calling out that the shit that these motherfuckers can sit up here and make it now to where you niggas are sitting here on YouTube can't make your money.
That's very true.
See, maybe because I'm an analyzer and I pay attention. When news, I pay attention to the stuff before it hit the books. Like when they came out with the alien system, I said, "Oh fuck, that's just gonna wait. They're gonna use that to tax the black people and the poor people to death." And the alien system, that's what it does. Is basically finds bullshit crimes, and that's why all these niggas getting their car towed. Where like you drive up, your shit expended. or you got suspended license, or this, that, and the other. And I told her that shit right there, this shit right here, with him showing and the people coming out with receipts and saying that I just fuck everybody on the show and this, you don't realize, dude, if you own a fucking business now, there gonna be more laws coming out that you can say, I'm using my business to leverage into sex.
Yeah.
You don't realize these people are sexual north. Just because you have not been convicted of a crime don't mean you are guilty. Like me, I was a fucking professional thief. Just because I ain't getting convicted, I was a damn thief. These people sexually assault women. You ain't never been convicted of it, but you are doing that by your actions.
Facts.
And that's the fucking problem, that niggas gonna go down for dummies like this. And y'all niggas ain't sitting up here catching, these niggas should be catching fades because they're gonna destroy other men's lives like that. Everybody from now on, you should be like this. Any nigga that actually goes on a show is canceled because you don't in this. No, you don't need to be adding fuel to the fire for the shit that we go through. They've been trying to cancel this area, period. It's a war out on anytime a man step up and do something wrong anyway. And these niggas allowing somebody who, what is he doing? He's sexually assaulting women. That just because you ain't been convicted of a crime, that's technically what it is. When you use a position of power to do something like that, you can go to jail. He just ain't been caught yet.
Once again, these are not dead niggas.
Get off. Or get off. You better hope that this nigga just disappear. That's the best thing he can do. And you know he ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. Dre, let me get this out real quick. These are not dead niggas because dead niggas do not proposition that way. You don't give yourself no wiggle room. No, but it does matter because you don't give yourself no wiggle room. There's no ambiguity. I couldn't get that word out. Ambiguity that you just blatantly, like, I'm somewhat in agreement with Dre on that's some cringy stuff. You're overtly saying and propositioning this thing, right?
Why do you think the casting couch got a bad fucking name?
Yeah.
I mean, dumbass, these motherfuckers just did the next best thing. And you realize that YouTube is a fucking private company surrounded by who? Ran by the board full of women. So all it takes them, the motherfuckers,
Google owns YouTube.
Say, this is our shit. And if you're using our platform to get in women's pants, that violates the term of service. It's a private company. They can do that.
Well, the key thing that we need to remember is that you always have to do the right thing, especially when you are in a position of influence, and especially, like Dre was kind of emphasizing. But I'm going to be straight with you, especially if you're a black man. They're always after us. Period. Dre, he's being very, very, he's showing emotion, but the emotion is well placed. It's well placed. Whenever niggas like, and I was putting emphasis on this earlier, how people sign up for these movements and then they start doing this weird shit, like these weird DMs, and this goes as far as sexual, use their influence to, sexual assault. So I say you have to be careful with these things. You have to be careful with these things, and who you listen to and what movement you think, because it's like this. The Black Manosphere, as far as I know, I didn't know Fresh and Fit is part of the Black Manosphere, and I don't, claim that they are a part. So, just to say this, a lot of these weirdos that be caught doing this dumb shit, like, who's that guy? And I mentioned him before, EDP 445. He was caught trying to do some pedo shit. They associated that dude with the Black Manosphere, and we ain't never heard of this motherfucker. Man,
hell no.
and Fresh and Fit, they have friends in this space. Well, they had friends in this space. So it's like the association could be easily made. So as far as Dre and Judge Dre and his rant, he's in the right place with this shit. We should be condemning these niggas right now because and go ahead.
No, Kev, you mentioned something about especially being a black man. These are some weird tradcon black dudes, bro. They don't think about their race that way. Myron has said it on multiple occasions. You could see it. He's implied it and suggested. He may not have blatantly said it, but he said some things that any stand-up black man, whether you're politically right or politically left, would cringe at. Because like, nigga, you do you realize you black? You know what the repercussions for the type of shit you saying is, right? But he doesn't. He's one thing, like Rogish has heard me say, this is that weird ass suburban cousin Rogish. The one that don't know the repercussions of what the hell they're about to say, because they've been around enough white people and they think they cool by regurgitating the same shit these weird ass white boys is saying. Right. They don't realize, no, the white boy could get away with it. You won't.
No, but you sit up here and say that I'm getting emotional because, see, plain and simple. This is how, maybe because y'all don't study laws and stuff like that.
Dre. I didn't mean that in the shaming way. I mean, people don't understand the word emotional in context.
Not you, Kevin. Not you. Right. You allowed to give your opinion. You know that don't bother me.
I understand that. Thank you.
But I'm mad. Listen. I ain't gonna lie like this. If you think I'm wrong, you supposed to call me out. What type of, no offense, nigga, you would never be my friend if you don't think I'm wrong and can't call me out. See, that's another problem on this YouTube shit. We think just because you my friend or me and you get along, that don't mean if I say something wrong, I can't say nothing about it. Or I should have hit you on the back check. No, motherfucker. You put the shit in public, I can respond in public. Why don't you? What, we need to make a fucking disclaimer now to say, well, if you my friend, you can't comment on my post. You know what I mean? Come on now, go somewhere with this shit.
Or the problem if you my friend, if you my friend, you can't philosophically disagree with me.
Right.
Definitely not in public, even if I make a public statement.
Which is why we're here.
You are my friend. Disagreed before, Kevin? Ain't we didn't disagree before?
Yeah.
Okay, then. And this is what the thing that just gets me more of this is because I watch how laws get the fuel to get passed. And the problem is when you give people fuel to pass more bullshit and draconian laws, the only people suffer is the middle class and the poor people. These fools just did that shit. Because now you done made it a lot damn easier.
Wait, Dre, there is no poor and middle class. That's that elitist shit. Man, you sound like a liberal, Dre. What you talking about? Just get your money up, Dre. You wouldn't have no problems if you had your money up, Dre.
But the fact is,
sound weird, bro.
It pisses me off because, see, that's when a problem when a bitch can come and say some bullshit because of dumbass niggas like this, and I can lose $100,000 contract. Shit like that pisses me off because you motherfuckers giving fuel, which now so many people are so scared to put up with energy and to push back against an accusation or whatever, is that real niggas like us lose in the end. And that's why I say people like them need to be faded on sight because they're making it harder for your young boys. I got 2 young boys in that fucking age group, 4 years younger than them dummies. And I got to worry about my more draconian laws coming out that's going to wrap up one of my boys. You right. If I let a law or something come for this and let one of my boys get wrapped up, you right. Some shit go down. You better look for my ass first. Because that's the problem. Dumbass niggas like that.
Well, Dre, wait, Dre. You're acknowledging systems. These niggas don't think systems exist, bro.
I watch how the shit get passed. I watch, and basically this the problem is. Then they put that vague wording in the damn bills, and they put 50 damn pages in this shit. Now you can sit up here and fart and break wind the wrong way, and now your ass.
And that's your ass. Yep.
For real? You serious?
Yeah. I mean, the way this thing works, Dre is talking about something that I talk about often, and people try to play it down or shut me down. It's how systems work.
Right.
All you need, and for those of you that even ever got caught up on drugs, you should know this. You just dangle out the smallest carrot, which is always the black boogeyman, the black male boogeyman, right? You dangle that carrot out there, and then you just allow the social and public outrage, and then you create the law on the social and public outrage. That's what Dre's speaking to. And so they can use Fresh and Fit, put that out there, let the social outrage build, and then pass something that they wanted to do anyway in a matter of days or weeks.
Thank you. And he don't realize this fool just sit up here and made it harder for you. Now you just right now, and any business owner, you sitting up here and you worried about why Mike Pence keep the damn door open. Shit, now you're gonna have to enact more rules because of dummies like this right there. That's why Mike Pence keep the door open. Yeah, and it's a problem, and you guys don't realize it because you think it's all fun and games playing the fun and shit. Where it's not fun and games because you're making it harder on everybody. And I'm gonna just tell you like this: any nigga that ain't beating down they fucking ass right now, they need to be going down. Plain and simple, because that shows that you supporting it in an undercover way. Hey, either shut the fuck up about it, or you keep dealing with the fools, and you be out. You don't deal with that person either.
Hey,
because
I had to cut a person off because of that. So
hey, let me play this video real quick. I'm not gonna play all of it. Fair use, by the way. Fair use. I want you to listen to one of the first things she says, and it speaks to what Dre is talking about. So
who is she?
This is Anna Quinn Fitness. They've
been showing her video all the way, so it's been cool. She knows about it. Yeah. Like plain and simple. If anything, she gonna get buku credit off rip for these dummies acting a fool like that.
No, what makes her relevant?
Because in fact, she's the one that he basically told her, just because you coming on my show, we smashing.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't want it. She's like, I don't want that shit.
It's all kinds of receipts. It's all kinds of receipts on this video.
Wait. I'm sorry, Kev. I'm sorry. Before you press play, you trying to tell me this nigga was propositioning white women?
He propositioned.
These niggas.
Where the black women at? Where y'all black women? They always have white women on the show anyway.
Thank you. This lets you know, once again, I just want to end with this. Y'all niggas gonna learn the hard way, y'all black. Y'all out here propositioning white women and having the shit be able to be recorded through texts and emails and DMs and shit. I'm done. I'm gonna pause up.
All right. Well, listen, and we're gonna react to this video, but I want y'all to listen to one of the first things she says, and like I said, it speaks to exactly to what Dre is saying. But here we go. Let me unmute it.
Situation. Just give you guys an update, and also, I never really made a video.
Let me go back to the beginning, the very beginning.
It sounds kind of low too.
I can't hear anything, Kev.
Yeah, no sound.
No sound, buddy.
Kill that selector. Kill that selector.
YouTube already on our ass. Oh shit. Nah, I kid. I'm laughing to keep from crying, but yeah, because I agree with Dre. These niggas done put a whole scarlet letter on everybody.
Well put.
What's up, y'all? My name's Anna Quinn. I just wanted to take.
That was good.
Saying, I ain't even had a mic on. I was just saying, I didn't have the sound plug in for the screen share. So can y'all hear it now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is Anna Quinn Fitness. She has receipts, and I looked at this video. It was pretty bad, but I just wanted to see if I was crazy or not. See our reaction. So here we go.
Take a minute to make a quick video about the whole Fresh and Fit situation, just give you guys an update. And also, I never really made a video to explain what happened and share the truth and the facts on my own page. So I want to make this quick. I want to make it clear so you have all the evidence in front of you. And I just want to share what's going on because this is someone who claims to be a male self-improvement podcast, the best.
You put the speed on 1.5.
Thousand subscribers on YouTube, which I didn't know until I looked into. And they are creating a culture of hateful, mean, I'm not going to continue commenting, but just they're creating a disgusting culture of men who treat women like crap. And
did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
We hear that all the time from like the hate space. Like,
And it begins.
yep, the hate space is really the one that really push messages like this. But to hear from someone else that is so far outside the space is going to reinforce that narrative.
Yeah.
That's what Dre is talking about here. They could use that to get all kinds of rules, policies, legislation to get what they want in the end, and that's our silence. So I'm gonna, let me continue this video.
And so I'm taking a stand and I'm sharing because I can. So what happened? I will be providing evidence. Let me scooch over so when I edit it, it can be here. Basically, Myron reached out to me. He is half of Fresh and Fit. I think he's fresh, but I don't think he's fresh. I think his name is Fresh on the podcast. But he reached out to me and wanted to do a podcast, or wanted me to collaborate with him for his show. At the time, I don't know what his following is now, but he had like 10,000 followers on Instagram. I have had at that time around like 42,000, 40,000, something like that. And so I didn't respond to the DM, to be honest. Then one of my friends, who I'm going to leave anonymous right now, just because I haven't discussed with him whether or not I can share his identity, told me, hey, one of my boys reached out to you, wants to film some content with you. He has a really popular channel, so you should do it. So I actually responded to the DM and I was like, hey, what's up? He said, let's do a collab. I was like, okay, cool. I was actually planning a trip to Miami. So I told him, like, this is what I'm going to be in Miami. I wasn't going to pay to come out to be on his show. And I hadn't even looked into his show. I just kind of went off of the friend's recommendation. So Myron and I went back and forth. I'm just going to pull up the text so I don't say anything that's not true. He asked me when the soonest I was going to be out there is. I told him that I was planning on being there Friday. He said he wasn't going to be available then. And then he asked me a relationship question. For some reason, I did not see that or that part of the message, or I was busy or whatever. So I said, do you want to make it happen, or should I plan for next week? And he said it'd have to be next week. So we're just discussing logistics. I answered his question, said, I'm not dating anyone right now. Dated someone a couple months last year, but before that, I was
getting married.
I love talking on that topic. He said, oh, okay, cool. I'm up for that. I'm not going to do anything platonic with you, just being honest. And I thought he was.
Yep.
Yeah, we hear that, but I stopped the video because of the word platonic. He said that, all right, cool, I'm up front that I'm not going to do anything platonic with you, just being honest. Now, when I hear the word platonic, it usually means that it's a friendship with no intimacy involved. And he said that I'm gonna be upfront that I'm not gonna do anything platonic to someone he's trying to make a business proposition with is a red flag in itself. Like, you're just supposed to, you're supposed to just know what's up. Now, fellas, in any case, how many times has that worked for you? Like, just straight up. I mean, I understand it's probably worked a few times, but in this kind of situation, you're being inappropriate. I mean, do you agree or disagree?
I've never tried it, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we fucking, that's just it, dog. Once you come down here, understand that the panties are mine. Like,
Nah. The thing is, that's after you've established a relationship, not like from the gate or anything like that.
How do you not know how to read energy that bad, bro? You don't even know to you don't even know to have the person around to read their energy. At least go back and forth on some messages for a while so you can read whether you can even start to go down that road, right. Conversationally. Like, you just come out the gate like, oh yeah, okay, so you're coming down, okay, great, business stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, nothing platonic's going on. What? Oh, hey, you know what? I don't want to make it worse for them, so I'm not going to tell you the word that's raging in my mind right now about what that sounds like to me.
Yeah, but it gets worse. It gets a lot worse.
Oh, so this is an arrogant motherfucker then.
All right, well, you can make that assessment for yourself, sir. Let's just after I play this next few minutes, we'll get your thoughts then. I mean, y'all can react while it's playing. I don't have any problem with that.
Reaching out for a collaboration because we're both
well known in the fitness industry. And you know, my Instagram following is larger than his. So at the time, I still didn't know he had a 400. You know, him and his partner have a $400,000 subscriber YouTube page. But I have been approached about collaborations before, and so since I was going to be out there, it's down to do it. So when he said, I'm not trying to do anything platonic with you, it was completely left field for me because I was only thinking we were going to do some kind of fitness related content collab. And he said, no problem. I collab directly with girls I date. No pressure though. And I was like, so if we aren't dating, you don't want to collab? Because he's never even asked me on a date at this point. So I was like, he said, no, don't mean to be an a-hole.
Them draws is here.
Miami.
Random draws.
Plenty of men here in California. So why would I fly to Miami to date someone who I know nothing about?
Hollywood.
And he said, simple. Attractive women are common. High value men are not.
Oh shit! See,
wow.
No hard feelings though. I said, you haven't proven to me that you're a high value man. And actually, I know quite a few high value men. I'm not just an attractive woman. I'm an entrepreneur with a 6-figure business and a high profile assets. I'm nothing but common. I meant to say I'm anything but common. No hard feelings and a smiley face. So then I screenshotted our conversation, blocked out his name, and I posted on my story because I was shocked at this point that someone would use their business, their show, to try to get women, and they think that would work. And I was also shocked.
They're not finna survive this.
Nah, bro. Nah.
I mean, it gets worse,
Oh my
but
God.
It gets worse.
That's as bad as it need to get for the yoink.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is like I mentioned this earlier. Like weirdos co-signing the ideologies. You know, she brings in high value man. Now you're bringing now these guys are bringing a bad name to the high value man narrative, and that directly infringes upon Kevin Samuels. Which, you know, these things can affect others. You know, for you being a whack ass dude, these things can affect others. So, all right, let me get.
And you're using, real quick, Kev, you're using the talking point in a situation where you're trying to proposition a chick. So this is what you're saying, Kev. You're using this talking point, the rhetoric of the space, to proposition a chick, and you're putting it out there on pretty much in the public because that's what she just did.
That's Hotel on steroids.
The problem is this. Listen. The problem with the wording is this, and I peeped this out first day because you see, I'm an analyzer. By them using this high value men bullshit, it brings it down. Everybody knows who's the main culprit they're gonna come after. Kevin, because basically he didn't start it, but he made it popular. Just give an example. Is no offense. If you really want to show that you are sorry for the bullshit, they should never even speak the term high value man on their show again and come up with another term. Because the problem is that's going to bring the heat down. They've been looking for a reason to get Kevin. That'll bring the heat down on Kevin. And Kevin wasn't
there you go.
Shit. It's bad enough that Kevin gave them spotlight by going on their show. Like, because I'm not even going to lie. Fresh and Fit is nobody that you sit there and say, man, I can't wait to watch the Fresh and Fit show. I go to friends like motherfuckers go to Oprah because they want to hear what Oprah had to say. Motherfuckers go to Fresh and Fit, go to their show because they want to hear what the guests have to say. Like Joker, Ab, Kevin, like plain and simple. Every show that I've actually sat through and watched the whole thing, it wasn't that they were on the show. It was a guest that I liked.
Do they banter well with the guests? Like, what's their appeal?
Yeah, they do well with the guests because they had Joker on there from Better Bachelor. I like Joker. A lot of people don't follow Joker. Like I've been following him since he started building his bus. And that was years ago. Now he got the bus on the road. Like to go to show you, I'm like, you know me, dude building the bus, building and talking about type of stuff we like. You know me, I build shit. So, you know, he was interesting to me. I like his delivery and stuff like that.
His delivery is funny.
Just give an example.
Very
I don't
dry
watch
humor
TV at all. I can name about 50 YouTubers who I can say I know I watch enough of their content to know the people easily. That's why I said, like, I knew when he made the comment about, I'm like, evidently he don't realize that Preach was like security, and they said he had tried to be an MMA fighter at one time. You must have not realized that when you sit up here and said that check that, oh yeah, I'll beat this dude's ass. I'm like, you know, he about that life. You're not gonna be security and not afraid to hit nobody. I mean, it
Bruh.
just goes.
And once again, Dade niggas know better. I keep on defending Dade because they're living down here right now, and I gotta do it for my people. Dade niggas know better than we don't do that shit. We don't just call people out. Y'all whoop your ass, nigga, off top, out the gate. We don't do that. We don't do that down here, bro.
Well,
I don't know if y'all know the history of Dade County, especially in the 80s and the 90s. We don't do that down here, man.
Perhaps
I'm gonna tell you like that.
went
Fresh
to
and
2000
Fit
Dade
should have
school.
learned from Tommy Sotomayor. I'm just gonna tell you, like, I'm gonna come out and say Fresh and Fit should have learned from him. If you realize that after all the bullshit and going on, that now nobody in their right mind would collab with Tommy because they know he is spineless and full of shit. They've just basically, you've just destroyed your credibility as bad as him in a couple of months. That's the reason why other YouTube content creators won't collab with him. A lot of people try to keep staying on this dude's dick because he got a lot of people still over there in that damn troll factory. But the fact is, to actually know when it comes to integrity, you know that this motherfucker ain't gonna stab you in the back or spineless. He's gonna be a man and stay and love what he said. Those things ain't Tommy. And as you see, those things ain't Fresh and Fit.
All right,
those things aren't those individual. They will lie at the drop of a hat, talk out the side of their neck, and then now what's happening? You looked up here, you made a threat to a person, and again, you're going to be in the same book him. Because Tommy Sotomayor used to threaten a lot of people. And that's the reason why he got the problems he got.
All right,
Hey,
let me go ahead and continue this the video here. Like I said, it gets a lot worse. You guys have already assessed that they're finished based on this, but you got to see this.
Well, there's still gonna be dummies watching this shit.
Yeah, I know.
They never drop down to 200,000.
Yeah, I know. But let me let the video play. Let me so I can get this woman off my screen. All right.
That attractive women are common and high value men are not, when it's just like he dismissed me as an attractive woman, but not a high value man, or not a high value woman. And, I don't know anything about this guy. So for him to tell me that he's this high value man when you're having to use your show to get women, high value men don't have to use their show and clout to get women, for the record. Anyway.
It can happen though.
So I posted anonymously and I said,
not from personal experience, but
I have 75 people on my story. I posted a poll and I was like, am I tripping or is this crazy? I forget exactly what I said, but I had so many people voting. Oh my gosh, like this is insane. And so I said, I have 75 people on my story who voted. I can't believe what you said. The comments are insane. Not one person has your side or thinks your approach is appropriate. You're tripping. And I was using emoji faces laughing. I said, maybe you should have me on your podcast so I can teach you how to talk to women. And I sent the screenshots. Then he responded to the screenshots that I sent and said, I'm just being honest and stand by it. I'm not collaborating with you unless we have sex. You have had sex with a bunch of dudes I know and aren't special. You could have just said no and kept it moving, but you're clearly in your feelings going through all that effort with a poll, etc. Go ahead and screenshot the conversation and clout chase. I don't care what 75 simps said in your story to White Knight. The difference is I say what I want and don't care what you think. They do. So
this motherfucker is just strictly Hollywood. God damn. So he must be eating off of this shit then. He must be.
No, the word is megalomaniac, y'all. This is this weird shit, right? When you think you have way more power and influence than you actually have, and you start banking and talking like you some Jeff Bezos nigga. Nigga, you're not Jeff Bezos, bro. You know what? I'll pause right there. This dude talking like he's some Bill Gates or somebody. Nigga, you a little YouTuber with a little 400. In the big grand scheme of things, your little channel is nothing. And you talking like you don't realize it. I'll pause right there. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah. There's guys with a lot bigger channel and a lot more clout than what you guys got. I mean,
is he Hindu knees? Is he Hindu knees or whatever?
I don't know. Yeah, he's from other places. Like, they're not African American. Like neither one of them.
All right, because the motherfucker nigga like he grew up in the Bronx and shit. So it's like, all right, wait a minute, is this motherfucker Hindu knees growing up here or? they just giving a super pass with it. Like, what's their appeal? You know, okay, the guests and everything. What did they drop jewels, or was it just all from the guests? You know, because they look lame. It's like that type of lameness ain't finna just sprout out of nowhere. Like, are people surprised that these motherfuckers is, you know, they show no signs of, you know what I'm saying, no suckiness or anything?
I mean, yeah, you know what? It's coming to the light. So, yeah, I don't even know if we need to assess any more from this video right here. It basically, oh yeah, but she goes into the whole like she's getting weird DM messages from the following. So yeah, I'll go ahead and let it play for a little bit. All right.
At this point, this is where Myron lied and told everyone that I started threatening him.
And she blurted out my name. And then she sent me a DM saying, like, you should probably rethink how you talk to women, blah, 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 trying to shame me and say, like, I can expose you. She's like, I'll expose you. I was like, do it, bitch. Like, go ahead. Like,
I started threatening his business and threatening to expose him.
Yeah. And she made threats like, oh, I'm gonna, like, I'll make you look bad. It'll be bad for your business. I said, do it. I'll share. I'll help you. You know what I'm saying?
None of this happened. You can see in the DMs that was just a blatant lie.
I was like, we're gonna smash. She didn't like that. She tried to be like, oh, well, that's your asshole move. Okay, you want me to lie to you and then like try to be on this other bullshit?
Another blatant lie from Myron. I defended myself, told him I haven't slept with a bunch of guys. I said that he is a terrible representation of his podcast and his business, and that I would be happy to put him on blast. I told him he has an opportunity to influence men and make a positive impact, and the example he's setting is trash. I pity any woman who falls for this stupid scheme to fly out to see you and sleep with you for a week promo on your YouTube channel. And then he said, all you'll do is cement my reputation, blah, blah, blah. You don't like it. That's not my problem. Unfortunately, I am who I am. I don't have to worry about an image. And that's the end of the conversation. Well, there was like one more response. And I said, unless you were there, you don't know anything about the men that I've been with. Unfortunately for women everywhere, you are who you say you are, and that's pathetic. And then I blocked him. So a couple things. Myron has been lying to everyone, saying
pause it a minute, Kevin.
Expose him, threatening to
Kevin, do you realize what he just said right there? That's another reason. That's how they fucking got Bill Cosby. What he just said, saying, no matter what you do, don't even worry, I'm good. It'll just cement my image. Shows that you got this untouchable. And you don't realize this dumb ass nigga. That's why I say it is. This dumb ass nigga, you just said the key words that women use to say that, yes, this dude did something inappropriate, and now I'm going through some shit, and nobody's stepping up to protect me.
Yeah, because he thinks he's untouchable. Mm-hmm.
And your dumb ass used the
double
same
down on the shit
that a sexual assault person would use.
Dre, don't let this one go too. You allowed her to play 100% victim, and you allowed her to take the moral high ground.
No, you're missing something else. But this is the problem is to go to show you how the woman got more credibility than anything. You know why? Because technically she didn't expose your ass, dummy. You did.
Yeah.
You did. Think about it. You thought that you were so big that you could sit up here, sexually assault somebody in a way, and then come out and tell everybody I did shit and be like, yeah, motherfucker, ain't shit gonna happen to me.
Yeah. The moral high ground thing for me, the part that got me, I'm sorry for my background, but yeah, the part that got me was and just standing on it, number one, and then letting her mention, you affect many men, you have an impact on many men. This is going to what you're saying, Dre, is like, that's the argument that these people will make. If they come at them, which is very possible, they can use this as a look. These people affect many, many people. What they produce, their content affects hundreds of thousands, if not millions.
Well, they'll be blaming you. Some dumbass motherfucker sit up here and he does something stupid tomorrow, and they see that he's a member of he subscribed to your channel. Thank you for helping us Manosphere people really get another knife in the back. That's the reason why I believe the people in the Manosphere need to be outgunning for your ass to show that we don't accept that type of behavior.
Now, who else is operating somewhere on their level? They can't be the only ones.
But every time you expose and people come out with enough proof, everybody needs a dog pile on you. because that just showed that type of stuff is unacceptable. That's the reason why we got the bullshit that believe all women laws. Duh, shit like this.
Facts.
It's the reason why that now in schools that I have to worry about if somebody say, "Hey man, we saw young Dre kissing his girl. I felt kind of offended like that, and he can lose his scholarship." No questions asked. There's no thought process. Somebody says it. No, you don't go to court. It's automatically you're gone. No court, no judge. They don't even tell you who said it. When a person like that can eliminate your life that easily, it's come on, man.
And mind you, Dre, this is after the Obama memo that went out. What year was that? That Obama memo went out for all the schools, for all the universities and colleges.
We got a no tolerance policy.
Yep.
And you sit up here because they can lose funding. So what the fuck they gonna do? Did they give a shit about a dumbass motherfucker lying on you or whatever? And these dumbass fools just giving them more and more ammo to shoot more men down. And you wonder why half of you, as y'all say, where all the good men at? Because you're shooting a lot of them down with bullshit like this.
That's why there should have been a council a long time ago. And
no, them niggas don't believe in that, bro. They talk like they do. They talk like they do. But
it's too much Highlander complex with these niggas. They want to be the best thing smoking, and they want to have all of the big players on their team. And you know,
and they can watch this motherfucker get picked apart.
Can we get a fucking hurricane, please, in Florida? Can that fill in one of them lights?
No. Listen here, Ohio.
No. It can only get them two fools. Please. Can one of them? I mean, goddamn, man, ain't no construction workers down there. Please tell me that you put the lights above their head on a Friday.
Well, they're okay. So they're in Brickell. Brickell is like our really, really nice downtown ritzy area. They're down there in downtown Miami.
Condos.
Yeah. Right. No, right. Like, but yeah, they're in the night. I'll
trade them two for the 96.
Yeah,
they're in a ritzy area.
They're in a ritzy area.
What are they supposed to be? Some pickup artists or some shit? Is that what
yes.
That kind of stuff. Yes.
But here's a question to go to show you for anybody that's not on them. You realize that they're using vulnerable men in a vulnerable situation, that the men that you pay $1,000 for an hour with us. Okay, plain and simple. Think about this. But like that dude that went crazy at the little massage party, he was a vulnerable dude. You're using vulnerable men who may have a little money but have scored out with girls. You're playing them because you see your bullshit game is weak as fuck. So you know that these people are not getting paid for what they do. Then you're telling them to do shit like you're doing. Just because you got away with it don't mean that if one of your constituents do that shit, they'll probably end up in jail, because that's enough information right there for sexual assault. That's enough.
Well, once again, this goes back, and this is what give credence to who's the swole dude again that they got into it with a couple months ago, Mike Rashid. This gives credence to him again, right? This gives credence to all those people. That's number one. Number two, Dre, once again, megalomaniacs. These people really. Go ahead.
He's untouchable, but that's the problem. Like it is. No offense. Like somebody said, "Oh, we comparing him to so and so," like on the Lead Attorney show. Well, we don't want to go that far. No, motherfucker, you need to go that far, because that's how people like that start off. Nip that shit in the bud immediately. That's the problem. It needs to be nipped in the bud immediately.
I agree.
Because that's how sexual predators start, like that.
I agree. The best we can hope for is that this don't get no real traction, and I seriously doubt it.
The best we can hope for is that they go to jail immediately.
No, yeah. No. I know where you're going, Dre, but what I'm saying is that this don't get no big ass media attention, right? And what you said earlier, which is that they don't. Hopefully this flies low enough under the radar where nobody's paying enough attention to turn this, like you said earlier, use this to pass some new laws and some new statutes and some new YouTube regulations. That to me is some of what the best we can hope for. This can turn ugly and turn on just about everybody in this space. They gave it enough fuel to do that. It's just way too much. And once again, when you're not a steward of the space, when you don't know what you're doing, or you're being malice, or whatever it is, it's a bunch of things. This also, and I wanted to add this. This goes back to what Abba and Preach was showing. Your immaturity. You're like a kid that just started making money. You just, ooh yeah, ooh yes, I just started making money. Let me go get that Hellcat. You wrap that Hellcat around a pole in 3 days. Right? That's them. They start getting a little YouTube famous. You see them with the little rentals, right? Because in Miami we got a bunch of fucking exotic car rental places. You see them with their little exotic car rentals, and now they get into little right. It's stunt culture down here, man. It's stunt culture. Yeah. Beach weather almost all year round, right? So yeah. So then they bringing in the girls, and they probably smashing some of those girls, but now we see how, right? It's just it's. You're not even moving in silence. I'll end with this. The thing that's killing me is how blatant it is.
Yeah,
how flagrant it is.
Where the fuck is the tact? If you a motherfucker who gonna be a fucking pickup artist, where the fuck is your tact? What do you teach? What are you teaching these? If they already that lame, then they got to be talking to some super lame motherfuckers. What the fuck are y'all teaching these super lames? You know what I'm saying?
Get money. That's what they're telling them. They're telling them get money, get status, and become like this magnet for women, right? And you can treat them however you want to.
Look,
go ahead.
You're messing with a fucking damaged individual. That's the problem. You're messing with a damaged individual who's low on his luck. A lot of things going up against him. People like that are easy to snap. You don't realize the damage that these like shit like this is doing. It's way bigger than us manosphere shit, this, that, and the other. You are playing with people's lives. Yeah. You playing with your own life. With a person who's mentally, think about it, mentally, this is the problem. You should already know. And they even said that there's a study been shown. Ask any psychiatrist you should take. They'll tell you the worst thing a person can have is no fucking hope. And when these young dudes, they got no hope and they trying to do all like this, and they find out they're always getting played by girls or whatever, and next minute you know that now he goes off and does something stupid, and the whole space get a bad name because of that, because of them. Because of that. I mean, maybe these people don't sit up here and realize that there's causes then effects. And this cause right here I ain't gonna lie, the calls need to be eliminated right away. I mean, period. Off rip. I mean, not like I said, they need to just make it take, man. Don't go on that show, man. Period. All right. Don't go on that show.
All right. Now, what I got up on the screen is an Aberrant Preach video, and it's fair use once again. So it says it's okay to say, dox, and insult women at Fresh and Fit Superfan. So this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about here. Dudes that's on that weirdo shit, and just, for guys who like are at the heads of such movements, if like I said, a lot of these guys throw out this word black manosphere. And I feel like they're saying it for a virtue signal and not really, thinking about the gravity of saying such, and this young man that's in the corner, I want you to listen very carefully. Now, this is Abba. It's not so much a back and forth, but this is exactly what is. This shit is alarming. Let me just let y'all hear it. And like I said, fair use.
Yep. All
right. So, question: what are some of the disagreements that you had with how we handle things in general, Mr. Blessings?
You could just call me 360, sir. Let me just ask one question to you, 360, real quick, right? While everyone's here. Now, going back to that message you sent, like to honor Quinn Fitness. Now, what do you have to say in terms of like, is it something that's why not? So you thought that was appropriate then?
I'm not saying sorry, and this is the reason why. That podcast changed my life. It's done shit. I would not be, bro. You guys just want to hate. Look, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the people on the subscribers and the viewers. They just want to hate. These dudes have changed my life. I was able to get my credit score, rise that up, buy a truck, do all this other stuff, bro. Like,
okay.
That's the YG then. Okay. He's the
y'all listening to this, right?
Yeah, no, I'm listening. I heard the beginning of it earlier, but I didn't get to listen to the whole thing. So yeah.
All right. Let me play it. Wow.
So he's speaking on behalf of Fresh and Fit, right?
Yeah. 360 Blessings is speaking on behalf of Fresh and Fit. He's a fan. He's a stand, rather.
Okay.
Let me ask you something.
oh, yeah.
This is interesting. You said you won't say anything about that because these guys improved your life. So you're gonna ride with them no matter what because they helped you out?
I'm loyal, Apple. I mean, yeah, I'm a very.
So what happens tomorrow if you find out they're touching kids? You still
bro, like, that's different. Come on, bro.
Okay. No, I just want to understand. So there is a line for you where you stop supporting them, correct?
Bro,
correct?
It's reasonable, bro.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Because you're not saying you're 100% loyal no matter what. You're saying as long as these guys don't go too crazy, I'm willing to accept the fact that they do some fucked up shit.
Bro, nothing's perfect, bro. Nothing's perfect. Come on, man.
I don't disagree. Now let me ask you this, okay?
How old is Lil Homie?
I don't know. He appears to be early 20s, like maybe 21, 22. And this is what they're talking about when you influence young minds and point them in a certain direction. Not a very good direction to go in. This young man, he was one of the guys that DM'd, what's her name? Anna Quinn Fitness.
Wow.
Yeah, DM'd her a nasty message.
For all of those that were on Roger's show, the very first night I called into Roger's show, I don't know how long ago that was. That may be a year ago now, maybe a little bit longer. I said that shit. I reiterated it a couple days later. We got to be careful because there's young men listening to us. I said that shit. I said to the young people, hey, don't get y'all advice from these bitter, angry motherfuckers, right? don't get your advice from these niggas that was the losers in high school. I was a square in high school. Mr. Z is still a square. All right. But I'm not a resentful, angry, bitter motherfucker, right? Right.
Kevin, I got a question for you. Now, after you read the text message and shit like that, do you believe these niggas got game?
Oh hell no.
No. So that basically means that they sell bullshit fake courses and they're scamming niggas, right? Would you say
scam artists.
Definitely.
Grifters, whatever you want to call them. But what they're doing is, worst of all, is playing on the fragile emotions of weak-minded people.
But the fact is this, and tell the truth, aren't those the most dangerous people to play
Absolutely.
with?
Absolutely.
What was it? Is it sociopath or psychopath? You are just worried about your own goals, your own ends. You are a square, leading young men who are even more square than you down a dark road, right? And if these men were already socially awkward, and you want them to get fit and then get money and then still be socially fucking awkward, but because their money and their strength and their visible strength will be so overwhelming to women that I can snap my fingers and get chicks. Yo, I've been around some of the most balling ass niggas on the planet. I live in Dade. Them niggas don't get every woman they want, bro. And fresh and fit, speaking the way they do, is giving young men this false sense of reality. Just like how we go at the women for that false sense of reality they have over there on that side, we need to go at these brothers who have this false sense of reality. The world is changing. Y'all hear Mr. Z stress this all the time. The world is changing. It's not gonna slow up for anyone. And all these weird ass traditional shit that y'all want to throw out there. Well, I'm gonna be this super tough guy. And yo, you got these little skinny ass K-pop niggas pulling hoes, bro. And these dudes got green hair. What are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? So like the world is changing, in a bunch of people, because they don't know how to deal with the change, are trying to hold on to these old ass establishments and old ass institutions that quite frankly are crumbling in front of everybody. Fresh and Fit to me are a bunch of lame dudes, square dudes that represent a bunch of other square niggas that don't know what to do with the new change. And so you trying to go to some old ass traditional shit, which I understand. Get your money up, which you should actually get your money up. Get fit, that's not a bad thing. Stay healthy, right? And then women will just gravitate around you, or it'll make it easier.
Is the PUA
It don't work
sector
that way.
applicable to the space?
No, they're not. And I'll say
No.
that, this is one of the things that I ain't even gonna lie. And you know, you probably ain't gonna do it, but I think that every manosphere content creator needs to make like a 2-minute video saying that we in the Black manosphere, manosphere content creators do not support content creators like Fresh and Fit.
I agree.
Their ways
Agreed.
and their actions are totally against the things that we stand for. We might stand up for men's rights, but we don't talk about taking advantage of anyone under any circumstances. I'm thinking like this. Every Black should make a 2-minute video talking about we do not support, to let everybody know that every time you step out and do this, you're going to have about 50 people saying people like this don't need to be around.
Hey, shout out to Cam Rob real quick, Dre. He said, hey, you ain't gonna be able to alpha your way out of this one. For real.
Right.
Ain't no alpha in your way out of this shit, you guys.
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie, dude. I want his ass to go out to the clubs like he think he the bullshit. I want you to go on out in public, all of that shit. I want
they done made themselves some marks.
Enjoy this money that you've been stealing off of people. Please enjoy it.
And then also, it's another thing, man. Just saying bullshit to just for shock value, and you see a lot out of these guys. And from what I've seen from these guys in particular, you know, like I say, I haven't really followed Fresh and Fit like that. You know, the most I've known about them, I learned this past week. I know who Myron is because, you know, the bigger content creators always mention these guys. And really is really on them to clear the record. Like, cause it's like, as far as I can tell, the BGS Manosphere list are the guys that I recognize as the Manosphere, aside from a few others that aren't on the list. But Fresh and Fit is
yours
not.
truly.
Yeah, Black in Effect. Yeah, definitely. But Fresh and Fit, no, And Dre, right? Like, man, I'm saying it on this broadcast. I think I've already said it. I support the effort to distance us away from these guys. This is crappy, and it's weird and it's unacceptable. I mean, you know, we don't want females to be subjugated to the point where they're uncomfortable and their rights are being taken away. That's not what we're about. Right. Period.
You know, about accountability. Okay.
Accountability. Whatever you fucked up on, that's you. You know. So but this right here gets cringy. So I want y'all to watch this exchange between Abba and 360_blessings. Like I said, fair use is in place. So Abba and preach.
Okay. Do you think it's fair that these guys put out her IG and her full name on that podcast for everyone to go and harass her?
This incredible personal AC is taking the world by storm.
AC, what the fuck?
What's her Instagram again? Like
Quinn Fitness.
Oh, these guys put out her IG and her full name on that podcast for everyone to go and harass her.
What's her Instagram again? It goes something like
Anna Quinn Fitness.
Oh,
there you go. Anna Quinn Fitness. Y'all want to roast her? I don't care.
I thought women wanted honesty.
Yeah,
I thought women wanted the truth from up front.
I was like, we're gonna smash it. She didn't like that. She tried to be like, oh well, that's your asshole move. Okay, you want me to lie to you and then like try to be on this other bullshit?
You should have finessed her. You would have finessed her. You've been good.
That's another law he broke right there.
Can we
You gotta pause, Kev. You can't just let that slide, Kev. We gotta pause right there, Kev. We gotta once again immature shit. Right there. That's immature. Go ahead, Dre. I'll go after you. Go.
No, you can't sit up here and tell a woman if she doesn't have sex to you to out her like that. That's the law right there. You can't do that.
Look,
Like if I work at a company in a brook and I'm trying to hit on her and she doesn't sit up here and doesn't respond to my advances and I put it out there, you can't do that. That's a law. He done broke a law right there.
Okay.
He outed her because
I see
turned
Rael
down
in the
a
chat.
sexual, no, because he turned down a sexual advance. You can't do that.
That's some weird cringy shit.
Use your position, because here's the difference. You outed her and you were nobody. You used your position to leverage a sexual advance. The woman said no, and then you outed her for doing it. That's malice. That shows that's like retaliation. I don't know. We need to get the lead attorney on that. That's actually against the law.
Once again, your immaturity got you. You were resentful. First of all, you started the shit. Secondly, you were resentful that she like Dre said earlier, you exposed yourself. She just posted the comments online. She scratched out your name and said, "Is this acceptable?" You got mad about this shit and you sent your followers and subscribers. And I need to stop saying subscribers. These are your followers. You sent your followers after her on some envious, angry shit. On some bitter shit.
And giggle with it with 3 other motherfuckers like some schoolgirls, cuz. What the fuck? This is pickup artistry right here.
Once again, megalomania tells you that, oh, I'm in this position now. I got this many subscribers on YouTube. And how dare she? Get over yourself, bro. These niggas is megalomaniacs. These are egomaniacs also. This shit's weird. I don't know where the fuck these niggas come from. Once again, they're not from Dade. They're not from Dade. Disclaimer, they're not from Dade.
All right, let me continue. Let me continue the video. Rael, I'll let you have the floor in just a second. But
I don't even want to give her that. I thought they were first and fit. You know what? Because I'm gonna do a privacy complaint. That's what. We don't want no part of that. She gonna do a privacy complaint.
Damn it.
Oh well. We live. We do it live, baby.
We're live, man.
Real nigga time. All right.
She got spared by YouTube.
Do you think it's fair that these guys put out her IG and her full name on that podcast for everyone to go and harass her?
Bro, her name, bro. You don't have to. You could type her name into Instagram and you'll see it pop up, bro.
I don't disagree, but listen, they had a private conversation in the DMs, right? And then he said, "Hold up, no." And then he went to his own podcast, talked about this situation, misrepresented it a little bit, and then put it out for his fans. And he put the link to it to his fans and say, "Y'all can go talk to her if you want." Do you think that's okay to do?
Look, bro, I can't really delve into that situation, bro.
Of course you can, brother. You DM'd her yourself.
Whoopsie! Got his ass.
What that podcast means, it's done so much for my life.
But that's not my point. That's not my point. Do you understand that there's something unethical about taking a person?
yeah, that's what he DM'd her. Okay, and I'm gonna read it verbatim. Dumb bimbo Myron preaches facts and logic. Suck his dick or shit up thought.
Oh wow.
Once again, the megalomaniacs with a disconnect from reality, bro.
And then what's so bad?
Weirdo niggas.
Dumbass comment right there that sits up there and shows and gives fuel to the fire when these women sit up here and say that we're fucking dogs. Thank you, dumbass commenter.
Or the manosphere is encouraging all kinds of weird shit against women, black women especially. Yeah, even though they targeted a white woman. Yeah. Go ahead, Rael.
Peace, Kev. Peace to the panel and chat.
Peace.
This is a very important situation just because of the ramifications that's surrounding it. I mean, we literally just got Bill Cosby back.
And he did it to a white woman at that.
My god nephew was murdered last year. Reason why I'm bringing this up is because last September, when my homeboy, which was his uncle, he actually had a heart attack in 2016. When we were younger, my god nephew he used to want to be around us all the time, you know, but he was obviously younger. He was too young to be around us the way he wanted to be. And he would just get so frustrated not being able to be around the fellas. And then he ended up, when he got a little older, we started letting him come around. And he was so happy. These guys remind me of that situation. The problem with my god nephew was he was always trying to prove himself like he was a part of the clique. So when he went to Howard, he was trying to pledge. I don't know exactly which. I don't know which fraternity he was trying to pledge. So I'm not just going to just throw out any name. He had to be institution because he got hazed, but we don't know. Well, I don't know what happened. I think his parents, no, they just didn't want to say. And I didn't push. And anybody that knows that people who pledge, some people take things to the very extreme. Actually, when I was in college, I actually represented a sorority that actually had got brought up on charges of hazing. I actually beat the case for him, though. People like this, the more success they get, the more the beast is fed until they just completely spin out of control. Because they're constantly looking for that validation outside of themselves. So now, I think in this particular situation, number one, let me just read what, because Dre, what you were saying wasn't really what was proper. This is the actual thing that he was actually, in my view, based on how the law is read, it looks like. This is called solicitation for sex. It says solicitation of prostitution is a crime involving a person's agreement to exchange money for sex. The crime of solicitation of prostitution occurs at the moment you agree to pay for sex and take some action to further that agreement. Solicitation is simply encouraging someone to commit a crime. Based on how the law is read, that's what that thing was. And obviously, you know, the grown men in these spaces over here, you know, don't condone any of that type of stuff. Like, you're trying to mix business with pleasure. Literally doing the same type of stuff that people like Weinstein and other people were doing. Because he had no interest in this chick like that. I mean, you could just tell by the back and forth, he wasn't interested in her. The way that the language was used, the way he was talking, it was about having power over him. He wanted to make her feel like she was beneath him. And that's a very dangerous place to be mentally as a man. That can lead you down a road to some very reprehensible type of behavior. Yeah, I know what I mean. Many of these dudes have come into these spaces wanting to be how like my nephew was, wanting to be a part of the cool crowd. And when I was younger, I had friends who had younger brothers who they used to want to be around us. And when we would go places, I didn't want them to come with us because even back then I knew young niggas do dumb shit sometimes. And, you know, just by association, you know, this can happen. I mean, something can happen and you'll end up getting locked up just because you're associated with these kinds of people. So when I knew that they younger brothers had the capacity to do some dumb shit, I'd be like, man, y'all can't come with us, man. Nah. Because they could go somewhere, try to steal something, rob something. You never know. And matter of fact, one of my homeboys back in the day in high school, he got 10 years off of something like that. He went to the mall. One of the dudes he was with robbed somebody at the mall at knife point. He was sitting in the food court, and white boy came around and was like, yeah, he was with him. And he got 10 years. And he didn't even do anything. But just because he was associated with him. And this is something that you know, I think the top brass, as far as manosphere, should speak out. I know there are some, you know, some of these people might not get along with each other, but I think, you know, this is because you can have different wings and people doing their own thing, but I think something of this particular magnitude, me personally, I'm not speaking for anybody else, but I think people like O'Shea, Sagan, BGS, Angry Man, I think it would serve a really good purpose if they just came together and did a video together where they unequivocally denounced this kind of behavior to completely distance this particular sector away from that. Because it's just, I mean, it's beyond out of pocket. I've said this about white males who, you know, was using their, you know, positions in terms of, you know, corporate America just to, you know, get basically free sex. And basically, this is what this was really looking like, you know, even though he was connecting it to some business type stuff, but he didn't really want to come out any kind of money like that. And these type of people, man, can really cause some real bad complications. And you know, whoever killed my nephew, and I agree with you, Redbone enthusiast, Kevin should be a part of it too. Was somebody he knew, because he had some heat in the house. So whoever he let in set him up. And my nephew, he was, I mean, if you knew him, he was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at the time, he was actually helping people, you know, fill out the paperwork for, you know, PPP loans and stuff like that. So he was actually helping people out. And whoever took him out really had a grudge against him. You know, they really had a grudge against him, and he couldn't read the situation. Like he had poor impulse control, and this dude looks like he has that to me. Like his impulse control is, you know, the way he just went at this particular chick. You know, because he didn't know me. Like I give these females legitimate criticism, but y'all see me. You know, when I'm in these spaces, man, I'm dropping information. And most of the information I'm dropping is related to like psychology and issues and narcissism and stuff like that. So people can really recognize the behavior and see what it is, you know. And so a situation like this, you know, is very dangerous because clearly he has the ear of a dude that's younger than him. And he's thinking that this is justified. You know, and you know, to release this stuff, on a show, of this magnitude, as if like the shorty was like she was out of pocket when she showed the receipts, and I mean he was completely out of pocket. Like, it just really makes this space look really bad, and that's why I think a joint, whatever these these camps I named earlier might have with each other, I think it's really that important that they should really come out forcefully together, show a united front against this, because when we talking to these young men, and that's one of the main reasons why I've stayed in this space, is because of the younger men. Because when I was coming up, we went through similar stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to holler at chicks when we was high school, and you trying to grow into yourself and grow into your manhood, trying to figure out yourself and your identity and stuff like that. We went through all that stuff, but, we had our crew, you know what I'm saying? It was all about our crew, you know what I'm saying? So your crew helped you get through stuff, you know what I'm saying? Help you deal with stuff. Like, a lot of times, my crew, man, we spent a lot of time, man, bonding, playing ball. That was our thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, we would put off hooking up with chicks just to go play ball, just to go hoop. We'll let chicks know, like, I'll see you after, man, I hoop, but I'm going to hoop with my boys. And that's what it was. That was our way, of bonding. And playing ball, we would meet, ball with older cats, and older cats would drop some Jews on you and stuff like that. And but this generation of dudes, I noticed that they keep a lot of females in their circles, and their show is kind of a microcosm of that. Like, they keep these females in their like circles, like they're the homies like that. When we was coming up, ain't no chicks was in our circle like that. We did not mix chicks in our circles like that. You know, y'all be over there with the girl, and when we want to hook up with you, we hook up with you individually or whatever. If we decide to go out as couples or whatever, go get something to eat, that's cool. But as far as like hanging out, like we didn't hang out with chicks. Like, we didn't have anything in common with them like that to be talking to them like that. So this generation of dudes is just really on some new shit, and they keeping these females close to them like that puts them in a dangerous position. And after all this Me Too shit, like, I mean, this shit is taking out some of the most powerful white men that's been out here, and you really put yourself in a position like this, like, and I've said this before in these spaces, like, to the younger men, be careful of the men that you listen to, because you got some men who are out here for a vendetta to hurt women because they might have been hurt in previous situations they've been involved in. So they can use these spaces to hit back. Many of the conversations in these spaces is about lessons that we try to talk about certain issues, so women can learn lessons, so they can understand how men are thinking about them. For me, it ain't about revenge. I mean, the information I drop, anybody know, like, man, I ain't trying to get revenge on anybody. I don't know any of these women out here that I've seen on social media, so I don't have any reason to be trying to get any revenge against any of them, because I don't know them like that. Obviously, many of them come with a different energy, but this is, this kind of mentality is really dangerous. And, I brought up my nephew, deceased nephew, to really bring this point home that, because he was Z. He wasn't a millennial, he was Z. And even he was still trying to find his way. Like I said, I don't know what happened to him when he was at college, but he really put himself in a really compromised position. And he had been that type of mindset even when he was young, and so we have to really be able to really speak to these younger men, especially who didn't, you know, many of them who didn't have fathers, many of them who didn't even have the OGs around, because a lot of the OGs locked up or dead, so they didn't have the OGs around to really kind of show them game of life, to be able to understand the nuances of situations. You know, I remember coming up and being in middle school where we had grown men, when we were trying to holler at chicks, they would give us how to deal with them. You know, we would go to, you know, one of the dudes we used to play ball with, we would go to him and be like, okay, man, this chick, man, she's saying this. So he'd be like, okay, man, when she say this, this is what she really means. So you got to say this. And then we would say it and it would work. So they would show us, even in middle school, like how to navigate those type of situations. And so many of these dudes don't even have that. You know, they're coming into these spaces because they're looking for that. And they're just getting a little piece of it. And they just, you know, they're running with it and not really understanding the power that really comes with it. You know, it's one thing to understand, you know, female nature. Is another thing to actually use that power effectively, because you understand how some women can act. You need to be able to identify, you know, certain types of behavior so you can deal with them accordingly and don't put yourself in a compromised position. But the fact that he came at her like, oh, I know plenty of dudes that smash you, this and that, and the fourth, like, so you talking all this, you know, big boy shit, but you want some easy pussy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is a very dangerous position he put himself in. And if she really wanted to go at him really hard, I mean, he really compromised himself to the point where she could, you know, for his sake, you know, for what he's trying to do, you know, I guess, you know, he will hope that it wouldn't go in that direction. But I think that, you know, a joint kind of statement, man, you know, about you know, some, you know, the men that in these spaces that a lot of people do respect from different sectors really would go a long way to just really take the sting out of this before it gets too big, because this is not a good look at all. I mean, this is you know, this is not the kind of behavior we should be teaching young men to exhibit at all. Like, no way, no shape like this. This is ridiculous.
If y'all don't mind, I wanted to give the definition of this word I've used multiple times, ducktelling, what Ra was talking about. And I've used it, megalomania, megalomaniac, better yet. And I'm just gonna give the definition of it real quick. A person who is obsessed with their own power, a person who suffers delusions of their own power or importance. When you see what he was texting her or DMing her, what do you see but that? What do you see but that? And immature too. Let's throw that in there also. So you know, in this space, we do talk about getting your money up, getting fit, right? Just being the best you can be. But the goal is not so that you can be this asshole. This is getting into some weird, you know, negative territory. The goal is not so that you can be an abusive asshole. If that's what y'all in this space for, then I think you might be in the wrong space.
Yeah, and the language that he used in the DMs too, like using words like simp and, you know, white knight, uh,
Yeah.
you know, which is words that I thought that was somebody needs to turn down their YouTube in the background. But words that I kind of use quite often, especially simp, because I think they're funny words to use. But you know, that is the kind of thing that's going to get this rhetoric banned. Like, you know, once, you know, especially with like white women, you know, if they make an issue of something, then think.
Well, the problem is, Kevin, he's actually done that. And what's so bad is this: he actually did it to a white woman who and she's got the receipts. She's got the thing, and she conducted herself.
And she got integrity. Yes. That's what's going to kill him.
On top of all of that, like when you see, just give an example, stuff like this brings a bad name to even shit that it's not related to. Because when we see these videos on TV of these Karens acting a fool because of nothing out the reason, but yet now you have a video like this where it shows that the guy was acting a fool and the Karen was nice. I mean, stuff like that is really detrimental to us, especially because we're fighting an uphill battle for stereotypes and everything else. And when we have people doing like that, it just hurts even more. Because for every one time that this person got the receipts, everything, and this person is clean, not shady or sketchy, they're clean on it. Clean, spotless. And you come out and you look like the ultimate bad black guy. I mean,
you are the Mandingo.
Damn it!
You.
Oh
my God.
For this for you.
Well, Dre, this is what I was speaking about earlier when I said you gave her the moral high ground because you walked in the door on some idiotic, immature shit. You walked in the door on some idiotic, immature shit. And so go ahead.
No, but I'm saying the problem is everybody has to suffer, man, and that's what hurts more than anything.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. If like what Ross said, if the elders in this space and the people of note in this space come together and like, nope, this is not what we stand for. We do not condone this shit, right? If they come together on that, it doesn't stop whatever might be coming down the pike, but it does mitigate it. It does mitigate it. So, but this needs to happen today.
It does, because again, we just got to win with Cosby. So this is the last thing that needs to be attributed to anything that's over here.
And
we just got that win. So
this situation is worse than Cosby, to me, the Cosby situation, because this people have proof and it's recent. I mean, like you can sit up here and say, man, what that happened 30 years ago.
And they can say that it's tied to a cultist ideology. Burgeoning
cultist ideology.
Yeah, but yet now you already know what's going on. You see you know what the rules and the laws are. And I mean, no offense. What? Look at it. Look at the situation.
But if you go back to her response, even in her response, she was actually giving some credence to what this side is talking about.
Yeah.
Like she didn't say, she didn't attribute him what he said to the space. She was like, you're basically, supposed to be helping these guys out.
Raw, let me come on your channel and show you and tell you how to talk to women. She said that. Jesus.
Come on, man. I mean, he literally really screwed up a good opportunity. And I've said this. I've said this for many years, man. Many men do not know how to keep it in their pants when it comes to women and business opportunities.
Right.
I've seen it plenty of times. Them trying to mix business with pleasure, and it's like not even realizing that.
What's going on, cuz?
Not even realizing that sometimes women just want to see how you operate. And if they see you operate a certain way, like if that's the direction they want to go in, like they'll just go in that direction, like because they respect you. They like the way you handle, like the way you handle business. I remember one time I was talking some business stuff some years ago, and this black chick, she was just like, "Damn, man, when you start talking business," she was like, "I ain't gonna lie, man, that shit turns me on." I mean, I wasn't trying to holler at her. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, she like we, you know, we had some interest, but when we was talking business, it was just business. And she was just like, man, that stuff just, she's like, I could just hear you all day long. So, you know,
that's the one that you want. Shit, hold up. That's the one that it will adhere to discipline and guidance. Hold up.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, he really, see, the thing is like, you got to look at this stuff even from a racial standpoint. You get that white woman on your show to go at some of these hyenas, and on their show they have some white hyenas too, to back up what you're saying. That gives you much more credibility too.
Facts.
But
so now you have women making your argument for you. You know what I'm saying? Which is a very powerful thing to be able to do, because as much as these women think they're educated, as smart as they think they are, they're not really as smart as they think they are. And I'm not saying that to be disparaging. I'm just saying in terms of life and understanding men. They really don't. I mean, Kevin Samuel talks about this all the time. They really don't understand men. So having a platform where you can actually have these types of conversations where men and women can actually speak directly to each other, I mean, you know, that could be something that could be, you know, in terms of mainstream, that's a different spin, because for so many years, men and women have been in completely separate camps. You know, obviously due to the fact that, you know, many of them took the feminist bent, but nevertheless, both sides were in two different camps. So, you know, when you are in a position to where you can facilitate that dialogue, and the reason why these women are coming on these shows is because they know they're losing, even if they don't really admit it like that. Yeah, they're gonna get an attitude and they're gonna come across, you know, with these little snippy comments and stuff like that. But that's just them trying to protect their ego. Deep down, man, they
save face.
Yeah, they're trying to save face. So they know they're losing. That's why they're back at the table. So if you try to facilitate that dialogue, which obviously based on the show, that's what he's doing, that's what they're doing. At the end of the day, like, you know, you don't invite somebody into your home and insult them as a guest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just that's not being a grown man. That's being a stupid ass man. You don't operate like that. You don't invite people in your house as a guest and then turn around and completely just insult them and then think that they're supposed to be happy just because you let them be in your presence and insult them. Like, that's just not how shit works. And this is why many of these, to be honest, even on both sides of the equation, for men and women, especially the younger generation, you know, because people like myself, you know, I grew up around older people, wise people, you know, great grandparents, great aunts, great uncles, people who had lived long lives. You know, many men and women on both sides would do very well to take some things like etiquette, manners classes, because a lot of this stuff, man, can really be nipped in the bud if people just actually know how to intercourse with themselves each other socially. A lot of you learn all types of things. You learn things when you take these classes, like if you come in a space and you don't really know people, how to start small talk, how to actually start a conversation with people when you don't even know them. So you can become comfortable and ingratiate yourself with people, make them feel comfortable. They can open up, and now you can have a dialogue and y'all can have a conversation. These are the type of things that allow you to actually intercourse with people socially, because we can't live in these bubbles. Like, that's just not who we are. That's never who we've been as humans. So manners from a social perspective was a thing that has been used to show people, men and women, how to actually interact with each other in a civilized way and not be heathens. What he showed was that he ain't had no proper home training and he's a heathen. He's a heathen.
I wanted before the newcomer comes up and speaks, I wanted to for you to go into detail about something you said earlier, and I wanted to start it off with something you said about power and sex earlier in your intro commentary. There's a quote from Oscar Wilde. It was actually used in a game, not Game of Thrones, goddamn House of Cards, sorry. And it's everything in the world is about sex except for sex. Sex is about power, right? And something you said earlier about how you could see that for him, he wasn't really into her in that way. It was about putting her down, making sure that she know that he's running shit, right? And that's what sex with her would have been for him. And I wanted you to kind of go into detail about that a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you read up on any of this type of stuff, and that's why with the advances in science and technology and how people have studied the brain and still study the brain and still figuring out how powerful it is, these it's just very crazy how dynamic the brain is. But reading up on some of this type of stuff, like you see the type of situations, like when I saw some of these women, that some of these men got fired or lost their job, lost severance packages over, and then you see the women that they were dealing with. And then you look at them, you're like, dude, you lost all this money over her? Clearly it wasn't because she was so attractive. Many of these chicks was like mud dust. They wasn't the best looking chick out there. So clearly it wasn't about sex. Because they had a lot of money. They could have got any type of beautiful woman they wanted to. So clearly it was about power. You know what I'm saying? Many of these men wanted a woman to feel that they had complete power over them, even if they would have to use the money aspect to do it, And so, because when the stuff first started coming out with this B2, I was like, man, come on, man, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at it from a black male perspective, like across the board, like we don't do that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? But we know better, you know what I'm saying? We know like. They be ready to get rid of you off of anything. So we pretty much kept our nose clean throughout the year. One of the biggest instances that we have seen stuff attributed to black men obviously was comedy, but before that was Clarence Thomas. Those are pretty much two of the only incidents you hear like in the national consciousness in terms of black men. Like, but we have seen plenty of these white dudes actually go through this because. For this, it's not about the sex. You know what I'm saying? It's about the power. Knowing that they have complete control over this woman's ability in these spaces to control her money, her ability to move and advance. And that's really, for him to put himself in that kind of lane, means he ain't really been paying attention at all to what the fuck has been going on.
Exactly.
But see, the thing is,
that's not the kind of lane you want to put yourself in. You don't want to have your name attached to something like that, especially because you've seen so many powerful men. Harvey Weinstein was one of the most powerful men in the country. He was bankrolling Hillary like political campaigns and shit.
How much success do y'all think Lil Homie was getting?
He had to be for him to be acting like he was. He had to be getting a lot.
Yeah,
he had to be getting a lot. Yeah, he had to be getting a lot.
And I'm talking with said approach. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he was being successful with it.
Yeah.
But what he doesn't realize is that you can get success like that early on, but them same chicks can come back at you later, just like they did Kylie, just like they did Weinstein.
Oh yeah.
Only thing that has to happen is the public sentiment has to shift, and now you in the you know what I'm saying, now you in a shit bag, and he is the thing is he's seen these men fall. Like, so how could you be so damn stupid to put yourself in that situation? It has to be this megalomaniac aspect because
God damn it, Raw. I was literally unpausing to say it. I was literally
you know because it literally the environment does not even lend itself for you to be to even do that anymore. Like literally, like, you know, dudes is like, let me make sure, man, I'm making sure I'm talking to this female the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think this aspect of, you know, from a more polished standpoint as far as men and stuff like that, I think that's a good thing because it keeps behavior in check. It keeps certain. You got to be able to tame that beast. Yes, you know, yes, we're human, but we got that animal side. So when it comes to the proper manners, that's the thing that keeps the beast in check. Now, if y'all get together and y'all hook up and y'all like each other's energy, y'all can do all that animal shit you want behind the scenes. That's y'all two consenting adults. Y'all cool with that? Cool. But you know, from a just a basic standpoint, he didn't know this chick like that. He didn't know this chick like that, and he what he did was basically tantamount to walking up to a chick on the street and basically saying, "Suck my, you know what." I mean, that's the energy he came with, like, and really expected her to capitulate to it. So it's like, dude, where you?
But I am man, Royal. I am man.
Yes, yeah, right, like, and it's like.
But hold up, with who swag? Because Hindu motherfuckers ain't got no swag. Well, who's swag? Is he trying to mimic us?
But that's what I wanted to go to, because this is dangerous, because what he's doing is attaching this kind of behavior, because people were saying that he was Hindu. Like, is he going around his family and that particular section of people acting like that with Indian families like that?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. But if you coming in the black space, you think like you gonna get some nigga shit off. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, we ain't selling that type of shit here, because we have had knockdown argument 10, 11, 12-hour hangouts specifically trying to differentiate and separate this space. This is the reason why this is
Rob, not to cut you off, but that's the thing. Yeah, y'all don't see the preciousness of this shit. Y'all don't see how rich it actually is, where lames can, you know what I'm saying, pick off a fucking 2 bullet points or some shit and go and actually create something for themselves. It's motherfucking gold in them their heels, man.
Right.
Well, yeah. Well, once again, this goes back to we have young people. Y'all hear me bring up environment. Y'all hear BGS bring up environment. The world is changing, and everybody grasping for answers. Whether the answers are drop religion, whether the answers are hold on to tradition even tighter, whether the answers is double back on some older institutions, everybody's grabbing for answers. Right. And so what these young men have done, and we've said it multiple times, I'm not saying anything new, and what the sisters over there are doing with their particular movements that sound equally as insane, is everybody's trying to grab for the answers, and most of these niggas sound insane. And when I say niggas, I mean people. Most of these people sound fucking nuts, because it's hurt people trying to talk to other hurt people about how not to be a hurt person, how not to be in the position you are in, either financially, your status in this society. And so when you see these particular individuals come on the scene, and like we said, they've read certain books, they know 2 or 3 talking points, and they're able to garner almost 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, and start making moves with a couple of talking points, that lets you know that the people that, if they're that down and they can lead, then how much lower are the people that are following them?
Right, exactly.
How bad are they doing with women? How bad are they doing socially in their environment, economically in their environment? Where that young man that Kev played earlier, what is his name? 360 whatever. 360 blessings. That's a testament to exactly. That's a testament to what we're talking about. You know, the one thing that I'm trying to advocate for, I don't know how this would work. It's just something I'm playing with. Is there needs to be a coming of age movement thing going on in America, regardless of race. We need, for women and men, we need to do something. And specifically gender, because. And you keep on updating it as time change, right? Whether it's updating it every year, because technology changing everything day by day. But we need to have a coming of age type of movement going on, man. Because if we don't, this type of thing is going to get worse both on the man's side and the woman's side, regardless of race. And the only people that's gonna be eating off of this shit are the politicians and the big ass banksters and corporations. Everybody else is gonna be hurting. Single as hell, lonely as hell. Well, like you were saying too, or earlier, Raw, with no friends. Your friends and your associates will be internet niggas.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I'll pause right there.
Let's let Bomani get in. He's been waiting, so I fall back.
Bomani, what it do?
Bomani, what's going on?
I'm so. Oh, wait a minute.
We can hear you, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, I thought I had to mute the other screen. Well, peace to the room, peace to the host.
Peace.
What up?
I've been listening to y'all talk. Can you see my image?
Yeah, it looked like somebody drowning and there's somebody trying to save him.
Who is that trying to save him?
Look like the woman's drowning and the man's trying to save her.
It looks like the woman is drowning. No, it's the man that's drowning.
Oh, okay. Couldn't tell.
Well, it looks like the woman is trying to save him. He's reaching out, but she's not saving him.
Yeah, but the one who grabbing the tree is bald headed, so I figured that was a dude. Cause you know what I'm talking about.
No, you just can't see the image that well. Have you guys ever seen that image before on the internet?
She must be African. All right, then. I haven't seen nothing like that, but I've seen the sentiment somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well, look, I ain't gonna stay long. Look, all I want to say is this: the chessboard is between black and white. That's the chessboard. So no matter what we deal with, right? I'm okay with you sacrificing a motherfucker. Ain't got no problem with that. Still got the cost of white peace, though. Do you understand me?
Okay, what's the relevance though?
Yeah, we got to always take a white piece. That's all.
No, wait a minute. Hold up. No, wait. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
That's always take a white piece.
Wait a minute. Hey, there's a level to being having ambiguity, but you so vague. Niggas can't even connect the dots, but dots is way too far spread out. You need to bring them shit closer together. You way that's way too vague.
You know what? Hold up. You kill a priest in it right now. You kill a priest in it. Give me a little bit more method, man, if you're gonna go that route.
I have said enough. I'm gonna go ahead and mute my line.
All right.
Hey, wave Charles out. I need a soldier or a retired vet to
understand. You talking to one, cuz
Rob. Not Rob. My bad. I'm Rogish. What was that, Rogish? What was that, Rogish?
I don't know. I think he said the motherfucking marauders is gonna maraud at midnight. I don't know.
Am I supposed to be like afraid of like white women and black women teaming up and hoods and coming for niggas? Like,
but yo, it was interesting. Back to his image though. So I thought it would. Okay, so I thought it was a woman that was drowning, submerged with something holding her down, and a man was holding the tree, trying to pull her out, and it looked like whatever is holding her down. So, you know, he said it's a chick though, but the chick looked bald head in the picture, and apparently one of them the white piece, one of them the black piece on the chessboard.
Right. But unfortunately, in this whole situation, we can't even pull a race card out of this nowhere or nothing. Exactly. This whole situation is totally 100% wrong on him. You can't. I mean,
you're right. I agree.
I hear you. Right.
But we still gonna take a white
blame. No, but you can't blame the woman in this case in one way whatsoever.
No, I hear you, but we still gonna take a white piece off the board.
What the fuck does that mean?
By the way, I want wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait, bro. Wait.
Hey, brother Polite, get the
I want you to be careful. Wait a minute. I want you to be careful using that type of language, especially with the topic that we're talking.
Right, and also
be very careful using that.
Right, and on top of that, I understand. Unfortunately, we can't even laugh and joke because this shit is seriously. We're not gonna laugh and joke right now about it because this is a serious situation right here.
No, I don't know what the fuck he means.
I mean, listen, the situation even joking like that with the white piece off the board.
You're right. That's why I'm gonna fall
It's
back.
uncalled for. Fall back on that. Look. We'll take a white piece off the board tomorrow.
Good looking out. You hear me? Good looking out.
Right. But tomorrow, no, but listen. Right. We'll take one off the board tomorrow, but not today, unfortunately.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Hey, Raw, what were you saying about etiquette classes and learning how to read the room again?
Thank you.
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Hacked.
We got the Red Bone enthusiast up here. What's going on?
Yes, sir. By the way, I always like that name because it's like sticking it to all the dark skin sisters. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. The name is so fucked up.
It's cultural though. See, people don't understand that though. They just
Yo,
sit on
like-
niggas like that.
Yeah,
Red
man.
Bone, they were nice.
Yeah, you can never sleep on the red bone, but real shit, like in terms of the topic at hand.
I got me one.
I got me one too, but I still fuck with the dark skin sisters though. I still like me the dark chocolate.
Yeah, they good, man. But give me that midnight. Give me that midnight. Yeah, but on the topic specifically, I mean, it's just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy how this guy was actually like out here doing stupid shit like that. You know, like talking to women that type of way, thinking because you're like some cool guy or whatever. Like that's how you pull bitches. Like that's how you really like get a bitch to like you or something. Like it doesn't make sense to me. And the nigga, his channel wasn't even that big to begin with, so it doesn't even make sense why.
His channel big. It's big enough, but that goes to
not
show.
really.
But
Not really.
Listen, that goes to show. All he had to do
400,000 is pretty
wanted
big.
to get the draw. All he had to do was talk in the conversation. Yeah, you know, we get together usually before the show and do this. Are you down? And if she didn't say yes, if she said, "Oh no, I was only coming for the show," then be like, call her an hour later. Oh, we canceled. That's how you should have done it.
Yeah, but you talking about being an adult, Dre. You talking about being vague and giving yourself wiggle
like
room.
I say. But look,
He
what I'm
wasn't
trying to
do
say
that.
is this.
Mhm.
We get together before the show, normally have a couple drinks, this, that, and the other. And we normally do that about 5 o'clock. And we do the show at 10. Oh, well, I don't really want to get down with you like that. I'll just come to the show. I'll be there at 10. Okay. You be like, okay, cool. See you then. Now, since you didn't want to smash and you wanted to get rid of her and not have her come on your show, you text her back, say 30 minutes later, and be like, oh, wait a minute. I got another guest that's got to come that night, and that's the only day. We'll reschedule. See?
If they had game,
but Dre, that take no, but it's not about game. It's Ross said it. It's a power move. The reason why he did it the way he did it was a blatant power move. This was not about the
power. Listen, it's a power move that puts you in a evidence. See, this maybe because I run a business. It's a power move.
I agree with you, Dre.
You don't have his arrogance.
Otherwise, they can take it.
You don't have his arrogance.
Yeah,
man.
Mr. Z is talking about more like a devil's advocate, not devil's advocate, but kind of like understanding his perspective.
He was using it as a power move, but it's like it goes to show that a person ain't never had nothing. That's you know how they say it's like giving a nigga $1 million who ain't never had life. And what happened
on a side note,
all the
on
money,
the topic,
he got shit to show for it.
That's why I asked the question: do you think that his approach had been successful in the past?
I think so. I think so. But on a side note, but staying on the subject, how have y'all watched the collage videos of Hellcat niggas crashing them shits? And 392 niggas crash. That's what this is. You're a young 27-year-old. You graduated from college. You still live at home with your mom, so you're able to save some money and get you a little 392, and then you fucking wrap that shit around a pole in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I just give an example. I started doing delivery driving at night because I don't have to win to work for 12, 13 hours no more. I see a Hemi Charger destroyed at least once a week.
Wow.
Like I said.
Yo, man, I watched a young kid now. He was burning out in a parking lot. He ran up and hit the telephone pole. I watched them pull him out of the car with the jaws of life.
Yep.
Screaming. Like I thought about recording.
So what does it jump him up to? What does it jump him up to first gear or whatever?
What do you mean? I'm lost.
Speed. Like what speed can't they control on the burnout?
They be doing donuts in the parking lot.
It's the fact that this is the thing, and I'm sorry, Kev, I'm not going to take the subject too far off, and I'll tie it back actually. The problem is that the entry point for these cars, especially used,
Yes.
is low. You talk these 392s, you could get that shit for 35,000 used.
30K.
That ain't shit.
Right.
Okay.
That ain't
30K.
shit. So you could there's theoretically you could be 23 years old, have a little let's say $16-17 an hour job. You still live at home with your parents maybe, and then you can afford to pay that shit.
And
The
if
problem
you
is
dope on the side,
You can just pay your car note and that's it. You good.
But a
Mm-hmm.
$30,000 car note, just give an example, and they stretching that shit out for like 7 years now. You
Yep.
can get a $30,000 car note and be paying like $440 a month.
Okay, now it's not. I use 392s and Hellcats as an example, but it's the same thing with the Mustang niggas, right? You see so many videos and niggas rapping their Mustang around
I don't
poles.
see the Mustangs tearing up. I always see, like literally, I see at least one tore up Charger a week. Like we got certain parking lots here. Like, listen, we got certain parking lots here that we know that like if you want to see the motherfuckers burning out, because there'll be like 50 cars, they'll all pull out and they be burning out just doing donuts in the parking lot.
So you saying they 0 to 60
I
is
see it
too
all the
much
time.
for the
Matter
young
of fact,
niggas?
Remind me next time I see it. I'll go. There's one right here on the corner of Lee and Harvard. They're always down there. There's another one they do up at the Severance parking lot.
Nigga,
Like,
you said that like we
I'm
finna be
a
out there
video
watching this shit.
Right? No, but he said he can record it. No, he said he'll.
I don't listen. I don't be out there watching it because I have to go there if I'm doing a delivery. So I might run through there twice, and I'll see somebody, and they'll be burning out in the parking lot, and you see all the kids just sitting outside on the hoods and stuff like that.
Let me land real quick. Let me make the point that I was trying to make. Okay, so what I'm saying, and the reason why I brought up the car thing is an analogy to say that entry point is low.
Right.
The knowledge for the manosphere is low. To enter the space and to make some money, it's low. You read a couple of books, and then here's the crash. When you crash, everybody in the car with you is fucked too. So and we in the car with these niggas.
Right? Who the fuck driving? Hold the fucking phone. Wait a minute.
But here's the thing. I'm going. That's where I'm going to it. Right. You let your 22-year-old who before that he was driving his mom's minivan that only had 240 horsepower. Now you done gave this nigga a 500 horsepower rear-wheel drive V8 car. He don't know what he's doing, and he wrapped that shit around a pole. Talking about the manosphere, you gave this man knowledge that's supposed to help a bunch of people, millions if not billions of men, be better men. You gave it to niggas that are still immature.
Thank you.
Still mad at women, still mad at the world for whatever. Y'all see me bring this up all the time. They still mad about who they couldn't get in high school and college, right? And you gave them that. You gave them. You essentially gave Eve the apple.
Legion of simps and incels.
And what happens?
Yeah.
They crashed the damn manosphere car into a pole.
Well, hold on. Well, many of these dudes, they haven't been around the space long enough. Like they haven't been like on panel like with men and really had to really speak in a way where you could see, okay, if they're credible or if they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like if you start the channel talking about you want to show men how to be men, like, well, you got to demonstrate that shit to men.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could try to sell that bullshit to some unsuspecting female that don't know any better, but clearly the way that he showed how he operates, that's not how men operate.
But this is what happened. See, this is the problem. They came into space, they met a couple good people. Like, because I'm not even gonna lie. If it wasn't for other good YouTubers giving them the break, that's what really blew them up.
Right.
Because you plain and simple. I know Kevin, like when this shit went down, I remember when I watched what they did to that, I said, I know Kevin was kicking his fucking self in the ass. And they get most of their bump from Kevin. Once Kevin said that he was going down there on his show, he said it on his show before he went. Then he said it on there. Everybody, they subscribers jumped tremendously because Kevin went. And unfortunate, that's the reason why I'll say like this. Say if you cool with Kevin, we definitely need to throw these niggas up under the bus quick, fast, in a hurry, scorched earth, all the way canceled. Because
I agree.
He completely misrepresented Kevin.
Right. And then
completely misrepresented.
But wait. They're using Kevin's talking points.
Yeah. That's the worst part.
So plain and simple, they're using Kevin's talking points and Kevin's language.
So now see the potency of it.
Right. And they don't know what's in
And then we come back to the fucking council. What I've been saying since the moment I done spoke anything up in this motherfucker.
Rogish,
and
once again.
that's when you cancel. I ain't gonna lie. People sit up here and talk about the cancel culture is real.
No, not cancel. Not cancel. Council.
Oh, council. No, but not no. They need to be canceled.
Council.
Yeah, no.
But here's the thing.
Council. But I'm saying
let's see.
they need to be.
What's your idea on the council?
You need to be
for the
canceled
audience?
because you've already done what the Manosphere stands against. We push for rights, but we don't push for our rights that it infringes on others.
Right.
We don't sit up here and put ourselves in sexual assault situations.
Raw, what's the word of the day again? What's the word of the day? When you're a megalomaniac, when you're a megalomaniac, you don't care. You do. It's about power, so you do want to infringe on other people's rights.
Right.
A few of them got the balls to say the shit. A few of them do, but most of these niggas don't got the balls to say it. This is about power. I do want to infringe on her rights.
Right,
I'm a man. That's how they think.
Well, hold on, Mr. Z. Hold on, Dre.
What?
See. If he was actually listening to Kevin's show,
he was. He been on Kevin's.
No, I know that. I'm saying if he was actually listening and learning from the show, he would understand that what he was talking about from what he is talking about is showing how to be polished as a man, like how to comport yourself, how you need to conduct yourself when you got that money, when you got that power. You know, he's done shows on saying like, okay, don't let your penis get you caught up in terms of messing up your money like that, because you getting money now, you gotta operate completely different. You can't
definitely
you can't just have women just having access to you. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You something as simple as having somebody standing right beside you when you're interacting with these females that can be a witness if they try to lie on you. Just little nuance type things you have to understand. Like you have to because I'll say this before. You've seen me say this as well on Ronnie's show. It's a difference between talking this shit online and having to live it in real life. It's a big difference. And I try to tell a lot of people, like, when y'all listen to these shows, okay, we're dropping some information that you need to use, because really what you should be doing is doing like how Toya do, be sitting and taking some goddamn notes.
Well, not even.
You need to be taking some notes, because when the stream is over, you're in your life. You're literally still in your life, and you're gonna have to go out here and still navigate the environment. So the last thing you need to be hearing is some men telling you or showing you the type of behavior that's going to lead you down the same road. We've seen even more powerful men than them get caught up in.
Well,
so that's the last thing that you should be hearing, that type of mindset, because going out here with that arrogance and stuff like that, man, we've seen some of the strongest dudes we didn't never see get caught up. Tupac, Tyson.
Let me get 30 seconds. I got to make a run real quick, but I'm gonna tell you this. See, the problem is this: you realize that there's people. Our space is starting to fucking gain traction. People are saying our talking points on air, and these dumbass niggas come out and do this dumb shit right here. Do you realize there's probably other shit in the works coming down the pipeline that people behind the scenes are setting up? And these dumbasses do this, and because they're going to be in jail in 3 months because other women are about to come out the woodwork.
Not to cut you off, but Dre, it's not. There's no gaining traction. This space is now the framework.
Talking about the fact, but this is how business
framework,
look
though.
at
Everybody passing this shit behind here.
Timing is everything. Just give an example. Umar would have had his fucking school already if it wasn't for him and the fucking stripper news.
Facts.
Because LeBron James and his gang was giving him the money until he fucked up. That's the problem. A lot of people don't know that. Maybe because I'm here in Cleveland and I know they was giving him.
I remember that story.
And that really
They was
wasn't a
giving him
fuck
the money
up.
before he
That
fucked
really,
up.
that
So
really
wait a
wasn't
minute.
a
Wait,
fuck
he
up.
ended
Shit.
up.
Like
Wait,
nigga
but
came like
listen,
titties.
he ended up making the school, but it pushed it back 2 years. You don't realize this incident right here is gonna push shit back.
He came like titties.
Because some people are gonna be like, investors are gonna say, not right now because of all that heat.
No, Rogish, it's not that Dr. Umar and even men in this space can't like sex or can't like titties. You have to have truth with this and know what the bigger goal is. That's the thing. It's like you have to know the priorities and to know when you're on the wrong side of powerful people, that they're going to use any little thing that may not even be a fuck up, but any little thing that might be perceived as a fuck up or anything that's not socially acceptable in a certain particular way, they can use that and spin that against you, even if it's just a natural human thing, right?
Right.
You might be doing something that might be a little bit cringy, but it's still legal. There's nothing wrong with it morally or anything like that, and
But
they
it
can
could be
spin
swayed.
that. Mhm.
Right.
No, I'll give one example of that. Look how they tried to go at Aziz. Remember when they tried to go at Aziz for just a cringy date? The only reason Aziz got saved is because even white women were like, okay, all right, y'all taking this shit a little too far now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But once again, they tried to go at him for a weird date, and all it was this lame ass white girl who thought she hit a lick with a loser ass Indian actor, and what she found out is that he was actually way more pimping than she thought, and it fucked up her image of what she thought this was gonna be. And then she spoke to her homegirl who's a journalist, and they wrote this fucking hit piece, and it fell flat.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about when we talk about Umar, and even in this space with these two guys, it's like you don't understand the gravity of what you got. That's why I brought up the Hellcats and the Scat Packs, the 392s as an example. You don't understand the power of what you have in your hands, and you playing around with this shit, and you done wrap this shit around a pole. Now, hopefully, you could run away from the car before niggas realize there was you driving the shit. But most likely, this shit's gonna blow up on a lot of us in this space.
Right. It is.
You know.
That's why I said for a long time. I've been saying this probably for the past 3 years. The manosphere will last as long as Black men view it as a sacred space. I use the word sacred for a reason.
Thank you. Fucking say that again, please.
I use that word sacred for a reason.
Sacred.
If you, because this is not just about one individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want men to be the best men they can be, so they can properly lead if they decide to go down that route with a woman or wife, depending on your belief system, and know how to do it. You know, I don't put this information that I be putting out so men can be failures. I put it out there so they can really know and understand where certain women are coming from.
Yeah.
So they don't take things as personally as a lot of men do, because if you take a lot of this stuff personally, then you're going to internalize yourself as inadequate. And if you started viewing yourself as inadequate, you will do type of thing, you'll perform certain types of behaviors to overcompensate for your sense of inadequacy, because that's what he was doing. That exchange that he had with that white chick was all about inadequacy. That wasn't about power.
Right. Let me ask you, on the scale of 0 to 100, how much percentage of the space do you think has an adequate understanding of dominance?
Ooh, boy, you.
Come on, cuz. Be real with it. Be real with it.
I would say,
it's a sensitive subject for most.
I would probably say about 40%.
I swear to God, I was gonna say, Raw, you put that shit above. I was like, you put that shit above 50%, bro. You better put that shit.
Hell no, I wasn't gonna put it at 50%. I ain't stupid.
Right.
Like, I would probably put it at 40%.
So 60. So
I agree with that.
60%, so you think 60% of these cats in the space actually think that they need to put a woman in her place via, woman style, if you will.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, because we I was talking to Roger one time, and I was saying to him, this was recently, and we was in the back chat after one of the shows, and shout out to Roger if he's listening. And I said that the one thing that I like about his channel and Kevin's channel is that we have such a diversification of men in the space. You know, I met one of the most powerful men, powerful black men I've ever met in my life in his space, Alonzo Hall. And
Respect.
a wizard, a financial wizard.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I see it don't hurt me as a black man to exalt another black man at the level he's doing if he's at a master level with what he's doing. I'm gonna give him that respect. And that's why I mean about sacred, you know. Many of these dudes come in these spaces on this female-centered high horse trying to tell these niggas what they need to do, and you know what I'm saying? Not even understanding who they're actually talking to when they enter in the space. This is not your homeboys from the block. This is a congregation of elevated men and men who are trying to elevate to the levels and beyond the elevated men. Because when I tell these men the things that I tell them, I specifically say, be better than me. Now I tell them, if you want to be better than me, you're gonna have to put in some work, because I put in work. Even when I used to play basketball a lot of time, you know, when I was past my youth and I was just, you know, playing for just fun and stuff like that, when I would play against cats who was better skilled, even in the game, I would tell them in the game, hey, if you improve on this part of your game, man, you be unstoppable. As I was competing against them, because I'm so confident in
That's some
me.
Naruto shit, cuz.
I'm gonna give you some gems. Cause me pushing you, that's gonna
Rael dunk style.
that's gonna
I
make,
mean,
that's gonna make you go even harder. That's gonna push me to even beat you.
Yes.
It's gonna make me
Yes.
elevate my competitive level. So so that's my mentality. So that's the kind of mentality that we have to have in the space, not the Highlander mentality, but truly trying to see these men get to a higher level. Because we have
Wow,
some
you're speaking
talented
of a
men.
discipline of principle. These new booties that come up in the motherfucking
Newfangled niggas.
You know what I mean? Mining in the motherfucking plethora of golden mountains that is the motherfucking Black Manosphere. They don't have to have that because they strike gold really fucking early. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that? Wait. Pause right there. What do you mean by that?
Well, the thing
Rugged.
is, I mean, when we build in the way that we build, I mean, a lot of y'all niggas think y'all just talking. Y'all ought to see the notes that Toya has taken over a fucking year. Y'all.
No, I've seen it. Yeah, she's. I mean,
it is amazing. I've seen the literal fucking book, and she's a great note taker. And I'm like, yo, it's so much enrichment here. But the thing is, folks, they don't really resonate like that to y'all. So the thing is, when these new motherfuckers come to the space, when someone like KS Blow or someone else or whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're going to, some people ain't going to be blind. Right. Some people is going to see that, you know what? God damn, they got some formulas up in this bitch we can use.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. Listen, fellas. Listen. Whoever was about to speak, go ahead and speak. But it's time to get into final statements. So, whoever I can just cut off, go ahead and speak, and then we're doing final statements.
Yeah, this will be my final statement then. I guess my only thing was say we really need to divide this space up between those who should have a voice in the space and those who shouldn't, because what we also forget to take, I don't know if this was brought up earlier because I joined the stream a little late, but this is really bad fucking timing because all that shit with Brother Polite, so that just made that 10 times worse. And so it's even that the whole type community, what they're doing over there, and the consistency of wickedness and sexual deviation they got over there, we need to just separate ourselves from them and separate ourselves from men who want to be, woman predators or child predators, and from actual people who are trying to build and actually, advocate for what they believe in. And that's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. All right.
So I'll go next, and I'll just say I'll back up what the brother said by saying we do need to separate ourselves from these megalomaniacs, from these egomaniacs, from these and when I say I don't like belittling men's manhood, I do think all men are men. Just some of us are in first place or in podium position, and some of us are in the back of the pack, right? So the guys that are in the back of the pack mentally, psychologically, emotionally, they're still dealing and reeling with, youth rejection. We need to point those guys out and have and single them out and put them in a class. Hey, nigga, you still mad about who didn't want you when you were in the 11th grade? We need to go send you to the
Yes.
therapist and go get
Yes.
that worked out, right?
Chambers. Let's
Go
create chambers to it.
right. And then the rest of us who are in a different level, you get a different class. You get the prereqs in college, and then the more advanced brothers and like BGS, the round table niggas, y'all figure out y'all thing, and then y'all let the stuff trickle down. And I really hate trickle down economics, but you let the shit trickle down to the rest of us, right? That to me is how this shit should maybe be organized, minus a few caveats. And I think that's how it's supposed to be, because if we don't, we're gonna have this. And the fact that they got as big as they are is half the problem, because it shows that we don't have no checks and balances over here. We don't have no elder saying, let me pull you to the side. You done said a couple of cringy shit. You might want to reel it back a little bit, right? Your insecurities are showing a little bit too much, right? So, and I'll end with that. Y'all have a good night. It was good, speaking to you brothers about this subject. This is very important. And once again, final word, megalomaniac. Second final thing, these are not Dade niggas. And I'll end with that.
Respect. Let me go next.
I go after you, Robert.
All right, respect. Long live the habitual line steppers. You know what I'm talking about? Respect to the weekend warriors.
Long live.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the sharpening, brothers, as always. Hey, all I'm gonna say is, hey, build a fucking council, okay? Let's do it. It's time. Obviously, this shit is showing you that it's time. If nothing else ain't never came up, at least you know what I'm saying. This is because there's the space is so lucrative on so many levels, because people come here for the ideas that they can't form for themselves. Because the way that we look at society, it's the way that other people ain't looking at society, and the way that we look at it, tends to resonate a little bit more honestly, And if these people take some of those formulas, those many different formulas that are created every time they check in on the time of when we building or some shit. I mean, we didn't heard the echoes. Y'all heard the echoes on She shit when his shit was muted on Roger's channel. Who the fuck you think is listening when you can still hear it? Come on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? If them motherfuckers is listening, it's got to be because they think there's some value up in it. So when us start to understand that such value is there, and let us start putting some protocol to it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that's what this spouts. You know what I mean? So as always, take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And hey, get the motherfucking vaccine if you want to. I like to see mutants and zombies in this crazy fucking dystopic future as well. So go ahead, do it. Holla.
All right, peace, Rogish. As always, thank you. But go ahead, Raya.
Thanks for having me up here, Kev. This is a very piece of the chat again. This is a very powerful moment, I believe. Let me say, unequivocally, this space, man, of men, true men are not here to beat up on women or bully women or anything like that. We do not support that kind of a mindset, It's about men being respected, their humanity being affirmed. We're not in support of any dehumanization of any men, especially Black men, because we've had about 400 years of that shit. So we ain't feeling that at all, not even close. This space is sacred, and I've seen I've seen men say that they had thoughts of committing suicide before they came into these spaces and really put their experiences in perspective. You know, men can be fragile. You know, when you have to brave the world, you know, as a man, like that's people just take it for granted what men do, truly, to make this world what it is. And that's not a small task. So the last thing you need is a woman um, alienating you, making you feel like you ain't shit. I mean, part of that can be a part of your development in terms of you having to get through it, because it's just really negative words that's meant to throw you off your square, and you can't allow it to happen. You know, we all know that energy is out there, and what we're just trying to show men is how to recognize this particular energy so you can navigate it. You're not, you know, there's always going to be stupid females, right? I mean, that's just always going to be the case. You just have to know how to navigate those particular types of females. And what this dude did is completely beyond the pale. I mean, he showed you everything that you're not supposed to do, especially in this type of environment. Even before this happened, I looked at a few clips of them and I just wasn't impressed. There was nothing impressive that I saw. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I saw dudes who wanted these chicks, looking for chicks is, you know, on some like, you know, third grade shit, like check the box, will you be my friend type shit. We didn't grow up like that. Not in my era. We didn't, you know, it was about the crew. We had a code, we had a brotherhood. And even when our homeboys went outside of that, we would check them on that shit. You know what I'm saying? If they did something wrong, if they had a chick and we felt that they did something wrong, we would check them. We would hold them accountable. Like, nah, man, you can't do it like that. Nah, you can't. And she good, man. Don't do her like that. So, you know, we had that code even as young men, even in high school, you know. And so the last thing that this space needs to be associated with is somebody who is trying to use something that Kevin said, which is, to me, highly disrespectful, to use something that he is known for, to use that as a way to do the very things that Black men have been accused of doing, that is still attached to the psyche and consciousness of a lot of white people that got Black men lynched. You know, that's very dangerous, because if what they're saying is true, that he's Hindu, he's Indian, he doesn't come from that background. He doesn't have that actual experience, but we do. And to attach Kevin's name by using a term that he has brought to this particular space, to use that as if he's saying that he's vouching for his behavior like that, that's really some real low down dirty shit. To be honest, I would be surprised if Kevin, you know, wouldn't be ready to kick his ass if he saw him in person, because I know I would be, because like you don't do that type of, you know, shit. And so this is where grown men have to step in and check these, you know, youngins and really put them in their place. And I think that this is a very good moment where some of the content creators that I talked about, like O'Shea and Angry Man Obsidian, Karen, BGS, could really step in and just, you know, on one accord, show that this type of behavior is not tolerated. We're not trying to lead y'all down that kind of path. You know, men our ages, older, especially younger, don't let this become a part of your behavior pattern, because this is a recipe for disaster if you operate with this kind of mindset. And you want to be respectful. First and foremost, you want to have respect for yourself. This kind of behavior that he exhibited was not about having a sense of self-respect for himself. And I actually give that woman, a lot of credit for how she handled it. And she actually gave the space some credit in terms of the positive impact it is making on men's lives. So I actually give her some respect off of that. And she didn't attribute his behavior as something that is indicative of the entire space. And she didn't try to play the woman card. She just looked at him as an individual, stupid ass, and dealt with him accordingly. And I thought that was very mature of her as well. So, but this is unacceptable, and we cannot tolerate that type of mindset over here when we're trying to help mold men into being the best version of themselves that they can be out here. And I'll leave it there.
All right. Yeah. Thanks, Rael. Once again, is on Dre or Bo Money, whichever one y'all go first. Dre, Bo Money. All right. Well, since they're not saying anything, I'll go ahead and go with my final statement. Listen up. The idea to come to large amount of people is never to take control, basically take too much control. And this is what these guys tried to do. We try to put this message out there that, we are questioning, the facets of female nature, but it was never about crushing their hopes and dreams and making them and subjugating them to what we want as far as all of our sexual desires and whatever else comes with that. So no, I know that this is not representative of the black manosphere. I know that my crew, the habitual line steppers, would never, ever, ever represent such weird behavior. But when you have a thought machine such as the black manosphere, which is collectively run by black men, then we are going to run into those problems. The problem with Fresh and Fit is that they were associated closely with guys that were within this space. So that association that we're all speaking of, the gloom and doom scenario, is very possible. I even heard Dennis Sperling, shout out to the respectable attorney. He was saying that they're going to use any and everyone to try to bring this space down, and very few will survive. So if you're within this space and then you have a good amount of influence, my suggestion is to do like my dad always used to advise me, and to keep your nose clean. And yeah, you're a black man, so even though Myron and Fresh aren't exactly of United States, black descent, they can be easily stuck to this space, just like every other weirdo who jocks for position and peacocks and, put themselves out there like that. Because the one lesson that we should all realize is once we get to a certain level of popularity and fame, is that everyone, especially the ones that are close to you, are going to come for you. So don't be weirdos like that. Take the time. It's okay to have somewhat of an ego, but take the time also to be humble and to be thankful, because you can clearly see what happens when you're not. And these guys are creepy fucking jerks, to say the least. Outside of all of that other stuff, And the fact that people like this are often given the power to shape impressionable minds is very disturbing. So, black men, this can be seen as a drawback or a teachable moment. You know, let's get something positive out of this. And that's all I'll say, because this situation is very, very fucked up. As far as Abba and Preach are concerned, I don't blame Preach. You know, Abba. Who wants to speak now? Go ahead. Who unmuted? All right. Well. Okay. All right.
Not with me, but I'll go ahead and
Go ahead, Bomani. Cause
yeah, the way I see it, I saw the white female in the video that you posted. To me, what I saw was Amber Geiger.
What? I don't think it's quite that serious, man. Like
that's what I just said. I saw it. To me, I saw Amber Geiger.
Amber Geiger.
I saw the white woman that got Emmett Till killed. That's what I saw.
What?
Look, this has been happening since we've been here. When have white females not gotten black men killed in America?
Hey man, look, listen up.
We're not talking about that right now, man. Dude,
listen up, dude. Listen up.
Well, y'all final thoughts, right?
Where was that though, man? That not even right now, because that ain't even like that. Don't try to even bring it on no race conversation like that. Getting the channel banned. Trying to get the channel banned. Goodbye, dude.
Oh, is that what happens?
Because it got nothing to do with race.
This
dude was wrong off rip. Got nothing to do with race. Don't go down that road, because that's a sucker shit.
But she is white, right?
I don't give a damn.
So in the past,
shut the fuck up. Kick this fool off here. I hate to say that to Kevin. I hate to say that shit, Kevin, but don't kick this fool off of that shit.
Look,
hasn't that been our history?
Look,
I'm just asking a question.
Bye.
I mean, am I lying?
Look, man. Look, this does not excuse the actions of Fresh and Fit.
I didn't say that.
It doesn't. Hey,
I said we can burn whoever we need to burn. Remember, I led with that. We can sacrifice whoever we need to sacrifice. I'm fine with making a sacrifice. I ain't got no issue with that. So where's our argument? Just tell me where we're arguing at.
See what I mean? This, talk about it another day.
You want the motherfucker to burn for it? I'm fine with that. So where's our argument?
Goodbye.
We don't have one, do we?
Bye.
I'm just pointing that out, sir. We don't have.
Goodbye.
Hey, look. Okay, look. Here's what I'm about to do. I'm about to, final statement, close broadcast.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and exit. I'll go ahead and exit.
Okay, all right.
I was hoping to continue giving my final statement, but that just didn't happen tonight.
Okay.
We'll shoot for another time.
Yeah, remember, like I said, this is what I said. When you got dumb people like that, it's called cause and effect. You here trying to other people did. No, don't go, because basically people here justifying an action. That's what people hear. That's wrong.
Yeah, that is wrong. And trying to compare what's her name? Anna
to that, right.
Amber Geiger and Carolyn Bryant. Right. That's crazy as fuck. No,
right.
At the end of the day,
like this is the problem. People hear a snippet of that crap and think that you understand what I'm saying? Because see, sound bites like that in this whole conversation tear the whole thing up. And that's the problem with, like I said, cause and effect. That's a stupid right there. Go on and sit your behind back down. You want to have your little bullshit. Today's not the day for it. You can come back on another day for that, because that ain't got nothing to do with the case at hand. You worse than them broads out here to sit up here and say, well, white people do it too. You ain't no better.
No, not at all. No, not at all. We need to especially be careful as black men. Like when we say certain things, and that's with anyone. But no, I agree. This has nothing to do with race. I mean, A creep is a creep. Yeah, a jerk is a jerk, and right is right, and wrong is wrong, and this is just wrong. So look, this is like the first time, and this is definitely the last time I will ever mention anything about a Fresh and Fit, unless they do some fucked up shit and it goes viral. You know,
Well, I
then
would just say no. The only time I'm gonna mention Fresh and Food is if I'm dogging you, because that's the only place you deserve to be, in the trash. Because what you did was wrong, and I want everybody out there that if you ever see these people, talk to them and let them know how you feel. Walk up to them and say, "Hey, look, dude, I don't think that was right what you did." Approach them and tell them that we don't handle, and as real men don't do that. Let them know how you feel in any way that you feel necessary. That's what I want to say. If you see them, talk to them. Let them know. However you want to talk to them, go right ahead. Let them know that there's stuff like that is uncalled for, and there's good men out there that don't stand for that. And so read more into the line in between the lines when I say talk to them if you see them.
Yeah, if they want to show their faces, of course. I mean, they did a broadcast. They did a live broadcast tonight, like it wasn't anything wrong.
Broadcast every day. They still do a live broadcast every day. Like literally, because they got plenty. Like I don't even watch the show. The only time I watch their programs is if they have another YouTuber on there that I like. But the fact is this: I mean, if you really want to be men, what you should do, every YouTuber on there, you should go through all the YouTubers that you got on your channel, and they just came on your show for a look, and you should call them after the dumb shit you did and say, you know what, I've embarrassed us men and like this. Do you want your video still up on my platform? Because I feel it would be disrespectful for me to be associated with trash like me. That's what they should all call everybody and say. Matter of fact, if you was really a good man like that, and you really sorry for what you did, you would just erase all the other videos that don't got you and that sexual assault dude with you. If you was a real man, that's what you would do. Take accountability, as you said. Take accountability. Do what's right. Apologize. Period. And then don't take no money from somebody else. And I hate to say something is walk away from YouTube for 6 months. But you ain't gonna do it because you ain't a real man. You're a bitch. But go ahead. I'm done.
All right. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, cool. Let me make a short final statement. I was trying to make my final statement, but look, just don't associate yourself with weirdos. As far as the space, as far as the Black Manosphere, because of people like this, the storm is coming. Look, over here in the habitual line stepper camp, we don't condone any of that little weird shit. Okay. I have and many men say this, I have a daughter. I mean, she's very young right now, but hopefully they don't run into punks like Myron and Fresh, whatever. But, also the reflection on Aber and Preach, it did seem like the way they were going at him at first was kind of like, we're going to bury you guys. And it did seem like a bit like, okay, we're going after you a little bit too much, but after everything, you can barely blame the guys. I like Aber and Preach. I think they're two cool guys, and I like their content. Fresh and Fit is, even if I was a guy looking for dating advice, I probably wouldn't listen to a Fresh and Fit. Like I said, like guys like Fresh, I get annoyed by completely. And Myron, he's on such a high horse, it's ridiculous. But they got a little fame, they got a little prestige, and they got beside themselves. So anyway, that's all. Thank you guys for coming by. Quark Blast. Thank you. My first time seeing you, my brother. So you're welcome to return at any time. These live broadcasts go on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Tomorrow night for Any Given Sunday, we're going to be talking about the OnlyFans and the new situation. They're going to get rid of all their porn content and sexually explicit content starting in October, and that should be a very fun conversation right there. So for all of you watching, be on the lookout for that. Thank you for the super chats that I received tonight and for the Cash App. Yeah, and especially for the viewership, the likes, and the views. So long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust, till any given Sunday. Thanks. Thank you once again.